What's going on? It's your dog, Artman Great, and we're back with another boxing conversation. We're here today to talk about some good matches in boxing right now. Shout out to everybody who's joined the chat already. He said, "Let's go live, about to be a classic." Hell yeah, rest in peace to Pop Smoke too. But yeah, man, I know the haters looking real crazy right now. PBC going broke. Al Hafer's going broke. Nigga, everybody going broke besides y'all, huh? That shit's funny, dude. But we don't give a fuck about the static. All we care about is good boxing matches. For example, just announced Stephen Fulton versus Inoue, the monster, in Japan on a Saturday. Ooh, man. Look, we have a classic fight on our hand. Said Al Heyman protecting fighters. Yeah, he's protecting. Yeah, yeah. Protecting all that shit, right? Hold on. Fuck the haters. The haters gonna be mad, and all their tweets are starting to resurface right now. For example, let me pull up this tweet from this idiot. Let me pull this shit up. So and I know this guy because he's always fucking trolling everybody and all this bullshit. Always anti PBC bullshit. He says, this is June 8th of 2022 last year. He said, before people get excited about Inoue Fulton, remember the PBC ruined a potential Loma fight and Garcia fight by having Garcia pointless move up to 2 weight classes. PBC won't let Fulton get beat by Inoue, and they won't cooperate in making that fight. That's it right there. He says PBC won't let Fulton get beat by Inoue. They won't cooperate in making that fight. That's what he said back in June. Now motherfuckers retweeting it today. It's like, yo, see all that bitch ass hating y'all's doing? Like, y'all really thought that motherfuckers is not really sending their fighters to different platforms to fight if it had to, if it came down to it. Last time I checked, I watched Wilder versus Fury 3. It was presented by ESPN. So I don't know what these guys talking about. It's just pure hate. Hold on, let me go get some water real quick. We got to cook today. Hold on. We definitely got to cook. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of shit's going on right now. Inoue Fulton and Tank versus Ryan Garcia. Now I know. When it comes to the Tank fight, you can't really get your hopes up because Ryan Garcia, he's a known, pull outer. You know what I'm saying? He pulls out. He definitely pulled out many times. So, with that type of fight, I gotta wait till the bell ring. Like, I don't even feel like drawing no design for it or anything like that no more because it's like I just have a feeling this motherfucker Ryan's gonna pull some fast shit. Like, knowing that it's real now, ain't no backing out. You can't say nothing. You didn't talk your way into this fucking fight. You can't get out of this shit without repercussion this time around. You know what I'm saying? Shit crazy. Said Boxing Shrew Rob said, "What's up, Art?" Rob from the UK. Shout out to Rob from the UK, man. You see, I'm sorry for you guys with that DAZN card. A whole bunch of Liams on that card and Egertons and motherfucking Cunninghams. I'm sorry, you guys. Just keep that fucking UK DAZN card on that side. Meanwhile, here in America, we about to get some great fights from great Americans. You know what I'm saying? Plant versus Benavidez. Motherfucking what's next? Haney versus Lomachenko. That's a good fight too, man. Said Liam's. Hell yeah, you know what I'm talking about. All them damn Liam's over there. I seen Eddie Hearn's card. Eddie Hearn, he can't talk about nobody, man. Usually when he's not promoting a fighter, he's talking shit about Al Heyman or Bob Arum's fighters, saying this, and that. Meanwhile, the zones was like straight up dumpster juice. And right now, he's talking about Canelo Ryder, and boxing fans are like, dude, man, I don't give a fuck if Inoue versus Fulton is on same day as Canelo versus Ryder. We're watching fucking Fulton versus Inoue over that bullshit any fucking day. Any fucking day. What's going on, brother D High?
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, man. I know you seen the haters mighty silent.
What about the Fulton Inoue news?
Fulton Inoue and the whole PVC like the first half of the schedule this year.
Yeah. Meanwhile, motherfuckers elsewhere can't even make Bevel and Better be of like I'm not sure what else you dudes are excited to see, but this is what it is. And again, it's because like I've always said, PVC fighters are the ones that always travel. It's everyone else that's on that witness protection shit.
First they said Al Heyman wouldn't go make the fight. He protect his fighters. Then when the fight got made, they said, "Oh well, Fulton he ain't gonna travel to no Japan." Nigga, Fulton talking about nigga, I'm fighting in Japan. What's up? Let's go.
One thing I've never understood is why is it that it's cool if PBC fighters go somewhere else, but other fighters can't come to PBC? Why is that the worst thing in the world? I don't understand.
Whenever you say stuff like that, I just have to think about Bud versus Spence, and it's like I made a tweet the other day, and it rubbed up some people the wrong way. They got upset. I ain't give a fuck about it. Let me go ahead and read it. I posted it in the Facebook group too. I said, man, Crawford is a really good fighter. Nobody's denying that. But he really let the world down by pulling out the negotiations. You can say whatever you want about Al Heyman and Spence, but you know for a fact Bud would have made more money fighting Errol Spence than Avenue.
Right, and they're using mental gymnastics and stupid ass math to try to convince them otherwise. And also, I keep trying to tell
Yeah,
you, dude.
yeah. I'm like, nigga, it's not even that complex. It's not. It's
Yeah,
not complex at all.
and the thing is, I keep trying to tell you, dudes, when if they really wanted to duck Bud, they would just simply not offer him a fucking fight. It's that simple. It's that simple. If it was really about ducking, they could just be like, "No, we're not offering you shit." That's it.
You know,
That's all.
you know, what these guys are going to do, you know what these guys are going to do? They're going to hate and say, "Oh, it's Al Heyman Spence's fault," and then turn around and watch fucking Al Heyman presents many of these fucking fights this year. They're gonna sit back and watch and enjoy that shit and think, damn, these are some really good fucking cards.
Yeah, because the
So
zone.
yeah, yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the zone the zone had a card this past weekend. How many people was talking about it?
Nobody. I didn't even know that the motherfuckers had a card, bro. I just seen highlights from fucking some of my Latino friends on Facebook, on Twitter.
Exactly, and I like Angel Fierro. I think he's an underrated lightweight. But I watched this shit because I watch boxing. But all you dudes talking that shit, y'all not talking about. Y'all wasn't talking about the zone's card. The zone card had almost all knockouts, and y'all wasn't even talking about it. Y'all was talking about PBC.
Nigga, we was talking about John Jones, nigga. Fuck you talking about. That's the
Oh
hell, nigga.
man, that shit was
That's
annoying.
funny. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I sat back and watched that shit like, yeah, let me just see what this nigga talking about. Man, he hopped in there and folded that nigga up so damn fast. I said, oh shit.
I wanted John Jones to
Man,
lose so bad.
really?
Yeah, I don't like John Jones. John Jones is annoying. Like, not only does he have those stupid ass personal issues, but he's popped dirty like 3 times. I don't. And then people want to say it's on some black shit. I'm like, bro, Daniel Cormier is black too, and they let him cheat this nigga 3 fucking times. Like, what are we
Somebody just
doing?
made a fake page of mine talking about boots ducking. What the fuck?
Yeah,
He's weird.
I heard that news, but the thing is though, is that number one, I didn't hear Bozy say anything about it, and number two, no deal was offered. They were talking about preliminary negotiations and some shit like that. They weren't offered a deal to turn down. It was let's get something started. That's what the conversation was.
And and then the fact is, these niggas is still relying on information from a fucking BLK, the former dating app, the one that charged niggas $40 for a fight they don't even have today.
But my
Man,
thing is, my
what
thing
the
is, let's say that what they're saying is true. Let's say Boots dug Bud. Okay, cool. That doesn't take away from the fact that Bud dug Spence. So,
This
like,
dude,
I'm not
hold on.
sure.
This dude said, "Is Tyson Fury more liked in America than Anthony Joshua or man?" Um,
Yeah,
I would say
I'd say
so.
so. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Because the last memory people have of Joshua in America is his ass getting knocked out by a fat Mexican dude and fucking getting memed to death by 50 Cent and them about this nigga hopping on a jet. His soul hopping on a jet and flying back to the UK. I think it's stopped by Ruiz. So yeah,
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's all. That's all it is. But yeah, no. So let's
get that.
pretend. Yeah, so let's pretend that the Boots shit was actually real. Let's pretend that BLK offered him a contract that he turned down, even though there was never any contract to even offer, because Crawford himself said that Boots' name never came up. So why all of a sudden would the news be something different now? Where did the fuck did this news even come from? But anyways, let's pretend that that shit's real. That doesn't take away from the fact that Bud dug Spence. There's nothing you all can say. Oh, Boots dug Bud, therefore it's okay that Bud dug Spence. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Again, I don't know why you guys are working overtime to make Crawford seem like some kind of badass.
You know what?
Yeah,
You know what they're doing now too in the Facebook groups. They're screenshotting that tweet of Errol Spence basically saying that he's going to spin the block or whatever. And they're like, yeah, see how he say this, knowing that Bud got a fight lined up with Rocha. I'm like,
Bud doesn't have shit lined up with Rocha.
did y'all forget? Did y'all forget that Bud pulled out the fight? He pulled out negotiations. Like, stop acting like this information doesn't exist.
But
This
bro,
man fucking pulled out to fight Avocado on an app that's about to be no longer existent.
you see what they're doing? Bud doesn't have jack shit lined up. His schedule is already open. What they're doing is giving Bud ammunition for why he can further Doug Spence. Bud does not have a fight lined up. He does not have anything signed. He is not signed to anyone. His schedule is wide the fuck open. They keep putting that out there so Bud will
Hey,
just go, "Oh,
go ahead.
I was gonna say they keep putting that out there, so Bud will just be like, yeah. See, I do have a fight lined up, so therefore I can't fight Spence anyway. So
They're
yeah,
waiting. They're waiting too for Errol Spence to announce a fight with Keith Thurman, so they can be like, "See, this nigga got a fight with Thurman, and he over here posting memes about spinning the block."
right. How is Bud in negotiations when he's starring in fucking movies?
Look, I'll tell you this, man. This guy Bud Crawford,
What's up, PGH?
hell of a fighter, like Floyd Mayweather said, hell of a fighter. But the man just doesn't want to fight Spence. And for you, any fan listening that turns around and say Spence is ducking Boots, I mean, it's ducking motherfucking Bud, it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous because why would you offer man a fight if you don't want to fight him? It doesn't make any sense because he could have just took the deal. He could have said, you know what, fuck it. I know the deal's super crappy like y'all say. I'm still going to take it so I can beat Errol Spence.
Right, and then
Then
you
what would
do.
Errol look? What would Errol Spence say then if Bud signed the deal? Oh shit, I don't want to fight him no more. Fuck, he actually took the deal.
Yeah,
Come on.
that's a stupid situation to put yourself in. And then you dudes keep bitching at Spence talking about when is he gonna spin the block, but then at the same time you sucking off Crawford for being starring in Creed 3. I'm like, maybe this is why he hasn't spent the block yet, because this motherfucker is shooting movies and shit. And he's over there going everywhere but the PBC offices. He's going between Golden Boy to Hollywood to Vacations to Creed 3. When is he supposed to pin this motherfucker down, man?
He said, I don't see the hype between Spence. Spence was never in faith negotiations. Spence, what? He said Spence was never in faith to negotiations with Spence. Oh, with Crawford. Dude, that shit's already been debunked. It's already been proven a false that
Yeah,
motherfucker they were in negotiations, dude. And
Spence started the negotiations.
Bud Crawford out of his own mouth said he ghosted these niggas. Like, I feel like y'all listen to what y'all want to hear instead of actually the words that's coming out of these people's mouths. This guy Bud Crawford said he doesn't want this fight. He doesn't need this fight, and his career is perfectly fine. His legacy is just fine.
He keeps talking about the fucking Hall of Fame, and I'm like, do you know how many Hall of Famers right now still got to punch a clock? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Fucking Roy Jones and Andre Ward and all them dudes still got to work for a living.
Not saying that they're not successful, but you know, nigga, if you fought Errol Spence, you wouldn't have to do that shit, basically.
Right. They over here. They over in and Andre Ward was in one of the damn Creed movies, but you know she's still clocking in faithfully every fucking time there's a fight. You know
He
you
was
gotta sit.
That's I swear that's the crazy shit. That's the only time I ever seen Ward lost was on Creed.
Yeah. Andre Ward, Tony Bellew, a lot of them niggas was in it. But it's funny. It's funny because now you gotta sit there and you gotta push propaganda. And as you notice, it's getting to the point where Ward is getting fucking upset. Ward is tired of the bullshit. You notice him and Bradley almost got into a fight over some Canelo shit the last time they was commentating together. So
Because
that's what happens.
that type of shit can hurt your soul, man. Like you can't put on the front forever. Like
Yeah.
we heard it loud and clear during the Wilder versus Fury 3 fight. He had to say, man, he fucking he didn't just say, man, that was a long count. He said, man, that is a long count, extremely long counts for both of the counts. Like when you have an outburst like that, it's because you had something built up. It wasn't just, it's just what it is. Nah, it was some straight up like, man, I know this is some bullshit and it's hard for me to hold this shit in sometimes. It is.
Right. Right. You gotta pedal garbage for the rest of your goddamn life. And people on ESPN treating Crawford like he still works there. Dude, it's over. He gone. He left y'all. He left y'all for fucking BLK Prime. And also, can we just get this out there? The Adrian Broner situation. So, a lot of you motherfuckers that think you know something about something were so hyped up about Adrian Broner's 3-fight, 9-10-figure, multi-million-dollar deal. And now look at you. This is what happens when you listen to dumb fucks. You end up wrong. And you notice Blue Blood ain't have shit to say about it.
Man, that brother got his paper and he started like just saying anything, but respect.
What's up, Midwest?
Get your money, man.
No problem. No problem getting your money. But a lot of you dudes who keep believing everything that side has to say, there's a lot of holes and things are just consistently coming up false. So if BLK is this super supreme app that can host all this boxing, had all these offers, blah 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 blah, what happened? Why can't the same hedge fund that Bud was in contact with back Adrian Broner? Because Broner got more fans, got a bigger following than Bud does. So why wouldn't the hedge fund reach out to Broner?
Now, if Broner lands a fight on PBC Showtime and Bud's not there, then what?
I mean, he had a fight lined up.
Yeah, what are we gonna say?
I mean, like I said, he's Blue Blood was pushing that. This is the only thing I get mad about Blue Bloods is the overt lies. He was pushing that nonsense about how PBC wasn't having him active. I'm like, bro, Broner is the one that pulled out of a fight. He was just scared of who he was fighting. He wants to fight minimal opposition for a lot of fucking money like the rest of these dudes. But, they're talking about proof of funds and they got the opponents. I'm like, if y'all already got proof of funds and the opponents, why is everybody pulling out all of a sudden? Isn't everybody agreed?
I thought these niggas was doing major signings and shit like that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, so, hey, but like I said, you guys go ahead and keep perpetuating that nonsense. Again, I will never understand what Terrence Crawford has done to deserve this overwhelming defense. Why can't he just be a duck? Why are you all protecting him?
People are using, man, there's a little bit of everything when it comes to Terrence Crawford. The non-blacks are using him as a token to spite on fucking Heyman and PBC. The blacks are using him to fucking spite motherfuckers who rock with Errol Spence and Al Heyman. I really, to be honest, I really don't even know their drift. Like, why the fuck are y'all hating? Like, dude, what's up with Bud and y'all? Y'all can't see that Bud is the fucking problem? I just don't see it. Like, he pulled out the fight to fight Avocado, bro. Can you imagine Errol Spence pulling out to say, hey, I'm about to fight somebody of that caliber, bro? But some of these things are crazy, man, because I already had some of these dudes tell me that Avocado is better than fucking Thurman. Like, bro. And then when I tell
my God.
Which fight do you think would have generated more money for Crawford? Him versus Errol Spence or motherfucking Avocado? They say Avocado, so it's like, bro, like, what are we even talking about here? What are we talking? And then the whole Ricky Burns is the best fight on his legacy. Like, man, really, bro? Really? And fans are capping shit too.
It's the same. It's the same with Inoue. A lot of these dudes, when y'all talk about these legacies and these records, y'all didn't watch most of these fucking fights. Y'all don't know who the fuck these people are. Y'all know that he smoked Donaire twice. Well, like he beat him once by UD, then he knocked him the fuck out, and he's been on a knockout run ever since. That's what y'all
Yeah,
know. Same with
let's get into that shit. Inoue versus Fulton, man.
I need
Respect,
Fulton to smoke this dude, to be honest.
respect to Inoue for just taking this fight. Because truth be told, I don't even think ESPN and the other side won't even really wanted this fight. Because it
A lot.
feels good to say this guy's number one when he's smashing these fucking nobody ass Maloney Baloney brothers, you know what I'm saying, and fucking old ass Lanier. But when it's time to step up and say, hey, I'm putting you in a challenging fight against a black American fighter in his prime, man, they don't want that shit for real. They really don't want that shit. They're just pump. There's a whole pump fake. They don't
I
want
can
that
t-
shit.
I can tell you right now, if Stephen Fulton had more knockouts on his record, they wouldn't want this fight. If Stephen Fulton,
They don't
in
want
addition,
that. Look, they look. It's like this, bro. They're praying that Anui gets fucking Deontay Wilder power overnight in this fight, bro. Because you cannot talk to a boxing fan and say, "How do you predict this fight going? Like, what does Anui need to do to beat Fulton?" They're just gonna say, "Oh, he needs a fucking knockout." Because realistically, Fulton is levels above this guy skill wise, and that makes your whole fucking theory of Anui being number one pound for pound sound like straight up made up bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead.
no, yeah, I was just gonna say that, like I said, if Fulton had any more power in addition to his boxing skill, they would not be calling for this fight. In fact, they would say that Fulton is cherry picking and he needs to go ahead and focus on Brandon Figueroa to avenge that loss while he does other stuff. So that's the first thing. Number two is, like I said, if Fulton clears this guy, he's pound for pound number one. I don't want to hear shit about it because look at what you're giving Inoue pound for pound number one for doing. You're giving him you're treating him like he's a levels above fighter, and he's not doing levels above shit. He has not had a better performance than Nicholas Walters versus Donaire when nobody expected fucking Walters to clear him like that. So and if you're giving him pound for pound number one status for his best that being his best opponent, then Fulton, after fighting back to back to back undefeated dudes plus Inoue, has definitely earned the spot because Inoue has never fought anybody that y'all have assumed was on his level. Y'all believe that Inoue is above Stephen Fulton, so why shouldn't Stephen Fulton get more credit? I've never understood that. Y'all will always say that these dudes are the best for not even beating people that are on their level, but then when they get smoked by people that y'all believe have no chance, that person should get no credit. That makes no fucking sense to me. Stop calling these people levels
Man,
above and they're not doing levels above shit.
they say just you just don't know that weight class. You're just mad because there's no
Hey,
black.
Nonito and Rachel. Hey, how you doing? The Donaires.
Oh, that's the Donaires.
Hey,
Dion,
great to see y'all.
salute to you, Artman and Dion. Yeah, shout out to y'all, man. But we're just talking about Anui, man. Like
Yeah.
the guy.
Nonito, if you was 10 years younger, you would have killed that motherfucker.
And we know that. And everybody knows that shit. Everybody knows that shit. So when we were watching that fight, right? Anui versus Donaire, the first thing that came to mind was, why is this even like a tough fight? And I understand, Donaire's a good fighter, but it's like, man, this guy's way past his prime. And the way you guys hype up Anui, you would think that he would have smoked him. Easy, right?
Right.
But for some reason he didn't. Now, for example, imagine a fight. Let's see, if it was motherfucking Fulton versus, let's see, who who would you consider a Donaire type in that weight class that Fulton is fighting in?
122.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, very few people in boxing have accomplished what Donaire has, but I'd say somebody like a Julio Seja. He's got like 4 losses on him. He's got some decent mileage.
Okay, just imagine Fulton having a very competitive fight with a past his prime former champion that's been stopped before. What do you think the people will be saying?
Shit. He beat the shit out of Brandon Figueroa, and they're saying he lost. Like, and you'll
Yes, they're saying that. Oh man, that was a close fight, man.
did y'all see Figueroa getting handled by Mexayo? Mexayo's not even good. Like,
Man,
what
look.
the fuck?
Speaking of that fight, dude, I was watching that fight too. It was kind of pissing me off, man. Because I'm like, dude, it's like Masayo, he got the style, the Manny Pacquiao little style, but he just doesn't have the gas tank to keep up with it. And you know
And
what
his
I
ring IQ is dog shit.
yeah, it is. It is. These motherfuckers don't throw no jabs, man. What's up with that shit? Like,
Because Brandon Figueroa is one of the single most hittable people in all of the featherweight division. Even the commentators were saying, Brandon, you get hit 23 times a fight. They were literally saying he's the most hittable fucking person in the division, and people are still trying to say that Fulton lost. How? This dude's defense is non-existent. Like Mexio hit him with like 5 left hooks in a row. This dude is not good. So I really don't understand why that's even a debate. But yeah, man. Like all I was saying is that, like I said, and the thing is, you guys want to give people credit for moving up in weight when we all know that moving up in weight is not a guarantee that your competition is going to increase, because sometimes people move up in weight to get the fuck out of trouble. So it's like y'all keep saying that shit. Just cut it out. Yo, 4 division. Like people talk about Inoue like Manny Pacquiao never even existed. It's fucking weird. Like they're talking about, oh, look at him. This is his 4th division. He's fighting the champions. Da-da-da. I'm like, do y'all understand that Manny Pacquiao like is still potentially active right now? Like y'all talking about Inoue like Manny Pacquiao has never existed.
look, I'm gonna be honest with you, D Hive. I'm already ready for people to complain on the timeline and say, "Oh man, that fight was really a boring fight, dude. All Fulton did was just jab and move around the ring and made a new he missed. That's nothing. Like
You mean
that shit was
Figueroa?
boring."
Oh, you mean like you're assuming that this is how the fight gonna go?
Yeah, that's how I feel like it's gonna go.
Yeah, Fulton has to. Fulton needs to get in there and make it a really, really boring snooze fest, not take no chances, and clear this dude. And it's like it's not Fulton's fault that his fat ass can't cut the ring off. That's it.
Look, it's crazy because I can already see it. Like, man, it's gonna be a quiet ass fucking morning, bro. It's gonna be quiet because when fucking Inouye's getting his ass tagged up by Fulton, they ain't gonna be saying nothing. The people in the crowd, man, the motherfuckers will be real quiet, just sitting there, just watching their man get schooled.
I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if the referee takes a point early from Fulton for quote unquote holding.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking
You know
about,
they'll do that.
I was thinking about that too because I was watching Fulton train and he was doing some bag work, and I seen him like do like a 1, 2, 3 combination, and he fucking grabbed the bag and ran around the bag, basically like practicing clinching while he's hitting the punching bag. And I'm like, yo, this guy's actually pretty good at clinching. And when it comes to this Inoue fight, man, if he goes in there and lock up his arms, put his head around him, move around, sidestep him, I feel like the ref's gonna be like, oh no, that's too much,
Yeah,
because
they'll just
they want to see some action.
yeah, they'll take a point. They'll be like, take a like it's the same shit that happened to Mexio versus Figueroa. He lost 2 points, and if he didn't lose those 2 points, there's a reasonable possibility Mexio maybe would have been able to win. But the key is that Fulton got a punch in the clinch. One thing Mexio did was he held with one hand, grabbed, but didn't punch with his free hand. You got to be active and punch in the clinch. You got to punch on your way in, you got to punch when you're inside, and you got to punch on the way out.
Because that motherfucker was tired. He don't got the gas tank for it. I think it's because of that fucking weight cut.
Yeah, Mexio probably needs to move up to 130, 135 and be closer
Yeah,
to where he actually
I
fights
heard
at.
he didn't even make weight.
I didn't hear that he missed weight.
I heard something like he didn't make weight, that he had to go back and do the little thing.
Oh,
Become
he might not hit it on his first try, but I heard that he
yeah.
made weight. Yeah, because he's fucking huge. He's bigger. Like he was standing next to Sean Porter, making Sean Porter look small.
I know. So I think that what weight class you think he should move up to though? 135.
Oh, 130 is hot right now. He could do some damage at 130. You know,
Man,
get a little.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. If I was a boxer, man, and I was struggling to make a weight class, I wouldn't just jump to the next weight class. I'll jump 2 weight classes above so I can be comfortable. Because you're
Well,
still killing yourself.
that's a difficult situation because if you jump too high up, people punch significantly harder 2 weight
I
classes
know.
removed.
They
So
getting on
you
your
can't
ass.
just yeah,
That's why
you can't
niggas
just do that.
defense. You know what I'm saying? Step that shit up.
That's like
Niggas
saying
horrible. Speaking of
that's
horrible defense, y'all seen her? Man,
oh fuck. I don't
ah,
want to talk about her.
man. People are talking about the worst Philly shot I've seen in my life.
Ray Vargas gonna beat the shit out of Figueroa. Bet it.
Man, true, true.
He gonna beat the shit out of him.
But it's just a sad situation, man. And speaking of 154 in that division and shit, Tony Harrison versus Tim Tszyu is this fucking weekend. That was fast.
Yes, sir.
That's super fast. And fucking Tony Harrison talking that shit. He's talking that talk. Did you hear what he said about what's his face? Tim Tszyu?
No, I didn't. I mean, I saw some footage, but I didn't actually listen into it.
Nah, he said some funny shit. He snapped.
If you're from Australia, are you satisfied with his resume? Are you satisfied with? If you're from Australia, are you satisfied with his resume? Are you satisfied with his resume to get to fight Jermell Charlo? I'm not satisfied. You know what I mean? That's the competitor in me. That's not even like me hating on him, but I'm not satisfied with how he got there. You know what I mean? I can put 8 people in front of him that's to say he's deserving of the shot. Tim is literally, resume-wise, is at the bottom of the totem pole. You know what I mean? But he got there. You know what I mean? So how did he get there? And I hope I'm making sense, like, to some people. Like, some people like he just talks shit all the time. He talk too much shit. But I got to make sense to some of y'all. Like, are y'all satisfied of that? Are y'all really saying this is your champion? You know what I mean? How is this your champion when he hasn't accomplished or fought anybody, man?
No, real shit though, man. Like, what the fuck? This nigga ain't fight nobody. Who the fuck this nigga even fought? Goucher? Nigga, he fought Goucher, Iceman. And people gonna say, oh, man, you conspiracy theorists and all that bullshit. But, man, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like that nigga Goucher was holding back after that knockdown because, man, that shit was just so simple. That right hand was just right there for him because enough motherfucker has no defense. Zero defense.
Right.
It is what it is.
To answer your question, Pop with the drop, Max out didn't miss weight by 1 pound. He missed the first weigh-in attempt. He missed by 0.8. He came back and got it, so he weighed in at 126. But anyway, yeah, no, Harrison is using the arguments that y'all be using. Y'all always say who is he fought, this, that, blah, blah, blah. First, y'all said Charlo was going to duck Tim Tszyu until a fight got made. Then all of a sudden, Tim Tszyu didn't have any experience. So, you know, you can't be mad at what Harrison talking. I wish him well. I hope he gets in there and clears him because I'm all for that trilogy.
My thing is, let's break that fight down since it's this week, yo. Tony Harrison, hell of a fighter. Good fighter, you know what I'm saying? Good boxer, good ring IQ. But, man, at this point of his career, can he keep up with the pressure? He looked amazing in his last fight. He did. But that gas...
Tony Harrison...
Matter of fact, what's the last fight? How was that gas tank looking like? Didn't he go all 12?
Yeah, I mean, he did fine. I mean, his last fight against Sergio Garcia, he whooped the shit out of him. He beat his ass cleaner than Fundora did. Fundora was in there leaking.
I know, but people think about that performance before that as well when he fought whatever that nigga name is, Pandora or something like that. Dar or something.
No, it's a guy that Roy Jones Jr. was training.
Yeah.
I don't know. Pernella or yeah, something like that.
He I ain't gonna lie, he was looking mighty rough in that fight. He was. But
yeah, I mean, his father had just died. He had to get adjusted to a new training system with his brother. So it was a situation like that. But my thing is, though, is that Tony Harrison, you know, good boxer, solid boxer, got a decent punch on him. Let's keep it 100. He's been knocked out 3 fucking times. And everyone that's knocked out Tony Harrison has not been as talented as him. Tim Tszyu is young, very hungry, undisputed right in front of him. His chin isn't rock solid, but it's going to take a lot more than that to knock him smooth the fuck out of here. And, you know, Tony Harrison, like I said, despite being a top-rated 154-pounder, it's not even a matter of his gas tank. It's just...
But he been knocked out. Heard Charlo.
And a man named Willie Nelson.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, exactly. People don't even know who Willie Nelson is, but he knocked out Tony Harrison. So, you know, and keep in mind, Hurd knocked him out when Hurd barely had any real experience. Like, he had barely fought anybody, and Hurd got over on him and just knocked him out. And Hurd isn't as fast. Hurd, you know, doesn't punch as accurately. So it's going to be tough. And yeah, Brian Perella was the one he got a draw against. So it's just tough, man. Tony Harrison got a lot on his plate, and I hope he doesn't go in there underestimating Tim's physical abilities, because despite him not being the most talented boxer, he is a very physical fighter. And he does know how to scrap, and he can make things very difficult for you if you get in there and you take him lightly, especially if you lay on them ropes.
He gonna be trying to dig them body shots in to slow Harrison feet up.
Yeah, me personally, at this point, I do believe, unfortunately, that Tim Tszyu will probably stop Tony Harrison. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope Tony can get the W, but it's hard, man.
See that? I want to see that shit too. I want to see the motherfucking Harrison versus Charlo 3. That's a nice little fun trilogy.
Yep. Yeah, most definitely. I mean, honestly, I think fighting Harrison again will be a tougher fight for Charlo than fucking Tim Tszyu. I really do. Just because of the styles, because Tim Tszyu will run into a punch.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Tim Tszyu's actually pretty lucky he ain't fight Charlo, because
Charlo, he would have got knocked the fuck out.
He would have knocked his ass out like the third round, bro. Like,
yeah, even
styles,
I mean,
styles is different. Like man, it really is. The only reason why I feel like Tim Tszyu has somewhat of some type of chance is because the power aspect, and sometimes Tony Harrison fades. But if that motherfucker don't fade, he gonna get on your ass.
And the reason why Tim Tszyu is okay with this fight is because he knows that this is good experience for Charlo. This is someone that was actually able to beat Charlo, and Tim Tszyu ain't never fought nobody this skilled. So it's better you take a chance with Tony Harrison and you have a good chance to beat him, because before this fight, I wasn't giving Tim Tszyu any fucking chance to beat Charlo. I assumed he was gonna get knocked the fuck out in like the 7th or 8th.
You know, so funny. I remember when PBC announced this doubleheader, Charlo versus Tony Harrison and Charlo versus what's his name, Willie Monroe. People were saying, "Oh, look at them fighting these two bums. They're fighting bums. Tony Harrison's a bum."
Wait, it was Monroe, or was it Kobarov?
It was Monroe first, and then Monroe tested positive.
Okay.
For like testosterone boosters.
Okay.
And then he had to fight Kobarov, last replacement.
Yeah, Kobarov, yeah. And people keep saying that Jamal lost that fight, which is fucking hilarious to me. I'm like, how many rounds were y'all giving Kobarov? He would land one straight left, and y'all would give him the entire round. What the fuck? It was always funny to me.
And that's what it is, man. It's because they never really seen Charlo get hit like that, like flush. And they don't give him the whole mental. They never give black people that mental aspect. Like, bro, they just seen his brother fucking lose right before him. This was supposed to be their coming out fucking fight. And his brother fucking. Some people believe that he got robbed. You know what I'm saying? So you can't think like, damn, this guy's probably fucked up right now, thinking like, man, my brother just lost. I just watched that shit. Now I got to go fight. I got the jitters, man. I ain't trying to lose. Both of us lose. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, and also y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop comparing the two brothers. Jamal left 154 so Jermell could have something to eat. If Jamal would have stayed at 154, he would have knocked everybody the fuck out. Like y'all keep making it seem, oh, Jermell's the real one. Jermell's the real one. I'm like, bro, Jamal would have stayed down there and had the same career.
Who did Maul Who did Maul fight at 154 that Mel can't beat? Or is it the other way around? Whatever.
It's the other way around. Who did Mel fight at 154 that Jamal would knock smooth up out of here? Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, if Maul was in there with Tony Harrison that first time, there wouldn't have been no second fight. Jamal would have knocked him the fuck out of here.
Especially at
54. Yeah, dude, Jamal was a fucking monster at 54. It didn't make no sense. He was ridiculous. Like, yeah, so Jamal only went up in weight so Jamel could have something to eat, because Jamel would have been in the same situation as Maul is right now. And in fact, Jamel probably wouldn't even have a belt right now. He'd be undisputed having to be a contender because he didn't want to fight his brother. Jamal would have smoked Castaño, would have knocked him out the first time. Yeah, no, I mean, I know it's very difficult to see based on the politics and the career trajectories of both fighters, but Jamal Charlo is the better fighter. I know y'all can't really see that, and I know that some ring rust and some injuries and things that have happened to Jamal have maybe took some of his edge off. But prime for prime, when they were both didn't have any injuries, and when they were both in the division, Jamal was clearly the better, stronger man. That's why he went up in weight and his brother didn't. And honestly, if y'all want to do some weird shit and pit both of them together, Jamal would beat the shit out of Jamal. I hope they never fight. I hope they never do. But if it came down to it, Jamal would probably stop Jamal. And that just is what it is. That's no disrespect. That's no disrespect to either brother, but that's just if you know boxing and you know the history of the two brothers, that's just is what it is. Jamal would beat the hell out of Jamal.
Man, so I heard someone say, out of all the fights that's lined up, Tank Garcia, Haney Loma, Inoue, Fulton, someone said that Haney has a tougher fight.
He does, especially because his own company appears to be working against him. The fact that the Lomachenko negotiations have even lasted this long is a fucking problem. There should be no back and forth. Loma should just sign whatever piece of paper is in front of him. I swear to God, people that get in, people that get online and talk about the business and talk about A side, B side, all this bullshit, have no problem with Lomachenko clearly holding up this fucking fight. He's the fucking C side.
They know, everybody knows, D Hive. Loma is about to get his ass kicked, bro. They know this is going away fight. So they're like, fuck. Anything to prolong this shit. We don't even care. We don't care.
It's just aggravating to me because they'll talk about, oh, Ryan Garcia is the A side over this and Terrence Crawford and da-da-da. Like they swear to God they have an accurate understanding of A side, B side, but then they support Lomachenko going back and forth with Devin Haney, clearly dragging out negotiations. Y'all want to talk shit about dragging out negotiations? This is what dragging negotiations looks like. You're the fucking C side. You've barely made any money. You've had a lot of close fights. You've had your ass beat twice. You're a fucking over the hill contender. Why are you going back and forth? Just sign the piece of paper and let's get the fight done. I'm not even looking forward to the fight. I want this shit over with.
What you think about Haney versus Loma stylistically?
I mean, stylistically, Lomachenko told me that he couldn't beat Haney when he ducked him the first time. Haney was a fucking teenager. He was a child. The most difficult thing about Devin Haney, though, to be honest, is that Devin Haney fights a different style for every single opponent. In Devin Haney's last 5 fights, he has fought completely different each person he's fighting. Very few fighters in boxing have the ability to do that. That's why people are hesitant to fight Devin Haney, because they don't know which version of him they're going to get. You can't really train for a fighter like Devin Haney because he's going to fight you differently than he does everyone else. That's why people talk all this good shit, but when it's actually time to come fight Devin Haney, there's some kind of weird fucking excuse. Like, I'm sorry for all the Super Tank fans, but every excuse that you guys have had why Devin Haney and Tank can't fight have been debunked with Ryan. So y'all look fucking stupid right now. And that's no disrespect, but y'all look fucking insane. For years, y'all kept making excuses as to why Tank and Devin was impossible. The Ryan Garcia fight debunks all of that because Ryan Garcia isn't even a free agent. So it's like, so I'm but yeah, I think stylistically that he's going to keep Loma at the end of his jab. When Loma charges in on the inside, he's going to have effective clinch work. Hopefully he goes down to his body because he's weak to the body. And I think Devin Haney is going to have to catch him coming in. Like I said, one of Devin Haney's most underrated abilities is that he has the ability to punch between his opponent's punches. He showed that with Jojo Diaz and multiple other, smaller opponents. So, I think it's just going to be.
Bro, motherfuckers got mad at me because I responded under Javante Davis' tweet because someone asked him what is he basically planning on, wrapping things up with his career. And he said he wants to spend time with his children and shit like that and travel. And I was like, man, before you go, you gotta fight Haney. Niggas in the comments, oh, he don't gotta fight Haney. He don't gotta do nothing. I'm like,
of course not.
What the fuck? Why is it like? I'm telling you, Tank can fight anybody in these little fantasy matchups. But the minute you say, hey, he should fight Devin Haney, it's always a fucking problem. No matter what it is, it's just fucking Devin Haney's hair. Fucking his haircut's ugly. He's tacky. He's corny. Nah, belts don't mean nothing. It's just always something, man, to say, justify a reason why Tank shouldn't fight Devin Haney.
People do all the mental gymnastics they want, but there's a reason why you can match Tank up with anyone, but people become concerned and upset when you say Devin Haney. because they know that Tank might not go in there and get a guaranteed knockout. They know he's going to struggle. They know he's going to adapt. And the most important thing, like when you posted that thing about Holyfield versus Mike Tyson, the most critical edge that Devin Haney has, that Devin Haney is truly not afraid of Tank. Even Shakur, I strongly believe that at the end of the day, Shakur, there's a little bit of fear when it comes to Tank. Devin Haney is the only fighter in boxing that I've seen, that I've been able to observe, that is genuinely not afraid of Tank. He is not afraid of Gervonta Tank Davis. Whereas everyone else, there's a little bit of fear always going into it. There's always a little bit of like me, whenever
exactly, it's always something. Yeah, I'm about to drop that link right now for you.
Yeah, like whenever, like you can tell whenever Shakur don't want to fight someone, he'll just make friends. He'll just say, "Oh, that's my buddy, that's my pal, that's my homie." Da 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 da. Whereas other folks, they're just trying to get the best fights made. They're trying to get the best fights possible. So that'll be that. But that's just what I think. I mean, but the Lomachenko thing, like I said, Lomachenko said he couldn't fucking beat him when he ducked him the first time. And he was like 19, 20 years old. That told me everything I needed to know. Like, these dudes will get on Lomachenko's dick. I'm like, bro, Lomachenko himself is telling you he can't beat Devin Haney. He's telling you this. And Lomachenko don't even want to fight him today. He doesn't. He doesn't want to fight him right now. He just
said, "This lightweight look like heavyweight." Nigga, that already sound like some bitch shit, nigga.
Right. It's the same as Terrence Crawford is telling you he can't beat Errol Spence. Y'all keep talking all this bullshit about Errol Spence. Terrence Crawford told you he cannot beat Errol Spence Jr. He said, "I cannot beat him. I can't beat him. I don't want to fight him. I want to make as much money as possible fighting lesser competition and cash the fuck out." That's it. That's all. I don't understand why you guys are taking up for boxers and they don't even agree with you. Oh, you know what, Dirk? I got a bone to pick with you.
Hold on. Wait. Before we get into that, I wanted to talk about how all of a sudden, this goes for the brothers who's rocking with Terrence Crawford. I thought you niggas was not fucking with Golden Boy. Because y'all seen how they did the black man. And y'all seen them racist emails. So you telling me y'all just gonna turn a side eye to Terrence Crawford doing a deal with them?
Of course.
Strange times we live in.
It's not PBC and the rest of those motherfuckers, so they don't care. But yeah, Dirk, can I get my credentials back? Because Leonel Piro's putting in work, stopping heavyweights to the body.
Who?
Leonel Piro, you was talking shit about him, but he stopped dudes to the body. Can I get my credentials back?
I never say he wasn't going to win. I just say I don't see him as like a threat to the heavyweight division.
Oh shit!
That's all. He's just another fighter.
Man, Piro, he gonna get his ass.
Yeah, man. Like Floyd be saying, he a good little fighter.
Stopping heavyweights to the body is an extremely difficult thing, especially when they're fat. Give them some respect.
Yeah, it depends which heavyweight we're talking about.
That was good. That stoppage was good. I'm gonna keep it 100.
He said he thought his ribs was broke. I was like, damn.
He was getting caught with some shit, some heavy shit. Flush.
He was.
He definitely was getting hit flush in that fight. I was like, oh shit. At one point I thought it was gonna be over for his ass.
I mean, that's a big guy there. I mean, does he have some defensive lapses? Absolutely. But he went in there, went to the body, got the job done. I'm just saying.
So what is he supposed to be, like the new Ortiz or what?
I mean, basically. I mean, who else gonna take Ortiz's spot except Ortiz? I mean, he's the new Cuban southpaw. I mean, he has less punching power, but I definitely think he's faster.
You know who is? Frank Sanchez.
Nah, Frank Sanchez.
People not really fucking with him like that, but I think he's pretty decent, man.
Because of his style.
Frank Sanchez is very good. People just don't like him because he doesn't get like vicious knockouts.
Yep, pretty much. That's what he want out of heavyweights.
Yeah, he'll whoop the shit out of people they big up, and like he'll beat the shit out of fucking dudes like Hergovig and Big Bang Zhang and all those marginal ass motherfuckers.
See, that shit don't. Boxing just so fucking weird because I could have swore they told us when Wilder was getting all these knockouts that knockouts is not important as anything.
Yeah,
we know why that is.
Yeah, look at fucking Ajagba sorry ass. He's been going the distance with motherfuckers as of late, and they're not roasting him. I don't know why. He's Wilder from Wish.
Boy, that was a horrible fight.
I didn't even watch this.
You saved yourself.
I liked it, but like I said, I just expected Shaw to throw more punches. But it is what it is.
Felt that power.
This nigga felt that power start backing up. Man,
Yeah, he was hesitant after that.
I man, one of the people in the comment section, I wanted to respond. He said, "What y'all think about Hurt's performance?"
Hurt.
Man,
That's
Jared Hurd has been washed for a minute. Come on now. I don't know
yeah.
why
That's how his
people have
last.
their hopes on that dude.
Yeah, that's how his last 3 fights have gone. Like that's the Hurt we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing him being down on the cards, and if he doesn't get a knockout, he loses.
I don't know if it's all the constant moving in and out of around weight classes, but I don't know. But dude is finished.
Yeah, Hurd, his biggest issue is Hurd makes no adjustments in between fights. He does the same thing over and over. And at this point, with how much damage he's taken, I physically don't believe his brain can comprehend the important fundamentals of executing defense while in a boxing match. I don't believe that Jared Hurd can, because in order to execute a physical plan, you have to understand it conceptually and be able to implement it in the ring. I don't believe that Jared Hurd mentally at this point can conceptualize the need for an active defense while actively engaged in a fight. I don't believe he understands the importance of jabbing while moving his head off the line. I don't believe he understands the importance of executing a pivot and not letting fighters score.
Which is crazy for a black fighter.
Yeah, I don't believe he understands the importance of being able to bend at the waist and keeping your right hand up, or bringing your jab hand back to your chin whenever you're trying to catch a right hook. Like, he doesn't understand the fundamentals at this point, conceptually speaking, so he's not going to implement it in the ring.
Yeah.
It's just like he said, I remember reading something. He said basically when he started off in boxing, he just won fights just off of pure athleticism and determination.
And because he's big as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Her big as shit.
But that shit can only last for so long.
I'll tell you this though, Resendiz feed his ass to Big Charlo on the comeback.
Wait, that fight was like 160?
I heard Charlo trying to fight Danny Jacobs.
Nah, that's a bunch of bullshit. They're gonna give.
Sure that's gonna be a Puerto Rican Day Parade fight for fucking Berlanga.
Yeah, because Charlo's talking about defending at 160 and Jacobs is at 168. They're gonna let Berlanga get a boring ass W over him, give him one more fight, and then once Canelo loses to Bivol again, they're gonna feed his ass to Canelo.
No fighting Bivol again. He's bullshit.
I wouldn't fight him again either because Bill.
At this point, Charlo and Canelo is a 50-50 fight to me.
It's always. I mean, at 160, I had Charlo beating the dog shit out of Canelo. To be quite honest.
Yeah,
but at 168,
yeah. The problem with Big Charlo is he can be outboxed at times, but that's not really Canelo's style anyway. So that's why it would have been a 50-50 fight to me.
Who's outboxing Big Charlo?
That Russian dude.
Oh, Korobov? What you think Charlo lost that?
No, I don't think he lost, but he struggles with people that can pivot and move like laterally. That's why I think like Prime Lara would have given him hell.
Canelo can't do that, man. Canelo
exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why it would have been a good fight.
Well, Big Charlo at the time had very limited southpaw experience, but even with that, I believe that he personally beat Korobov 8-4, and he almost stopped Korobov in the 12th round.
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie. The only person I really see beating fucking Charlo is
David Benavidez.
David Morrell.
Oh yeah.
Him too. Oh, that's a huge size difference for one. But I think David Benavidez beats him too because Charlo, he kind of like Canelo, he got tank issues or like endurance issues.
You know about David Benavidez? I feel like
that's a 50-50
plant fight. To be
honest, that's a 50-50. But I give Charlo a better shot at beating Benavidez than I do Morrell. Morrell's a fucking psychopath. I don't even see that shit.
Now I'll say this because what's the name? That last dude that Charlo fought, Montiel, he was getting his ass to the body. If he comes in like that, Benavidez will stop him.
You just can't shell up in front of Benavidez. Nobody can. No, it's the same. It's the same reason why you can't shell up. Like you just can't shell up on dudes that have the size superiority because all you're gonna do is give them free. You're gonna give them free shots. They're gonna treat you like a punching bag.
Right.
Yeah, you can't shell up. It's just like dudes can't shell up in front of Tank. You can't shell up in front of Tank. Why? He's just gonna punch you.
Right.
With this boxing game, one thing I notice is certain people will think a certain way about a fighter, and then when they have a real step up fight against somebody with some skills, even if they win the fight, they show lack of something. I feel like in this fight with Benavidez versus Plant, even though he might get the W, I feel like Plant might show. I ain't gonna say expose, but he might show the world that this guy is human.
Oh,
Benavidez
we
is
know he's human.
yeah, he's a very flawed fighter, but the thing is, his flaws are not enough for the people that he's fighting to be able to beat him. I mean,
Uh-huh.
Benavidez, you don't need a whole lot to beat Benavidez. You need size and you need the ability to hold his offense and put some power on him to where he has to rethink before coming in. The reason why he's able to do what he does is because no one is able to effectively hurt him to the point where he has to second guess coming forward. And also he hasn't fought anyone athletic enough to be able to avoid him, to be able to score enough points and avoid him for the entirety of the fight. Because that's the only other alternative as opposed to knocking him out.
That Morrell fight for last.
Oh yeah, because I think Morrell outboxed his ass.
But Morrell, I have seen Morrell get tired.
Yeah, he.
For sure.
And yeah, and that's the one thing Benavidez I've never seen him get tired. And he throws more punches than anybody. Kind of like old buddy that just fought a couple of days ago, Figueroa. Figueroa, I don't care who he's fighting. He's a tough style for anybody. You can have all the skill in the world. It's gonna be a tough fight.
Unless you can punch.
Yeah, unless you can punch. That's the issue with Fulton. Fulton couldn't really hurt him.
Right.
But
yeah.
the thing is about Figueroa, he got a hell of a chin. I've never seen him rocked, and he gets hit a million times.
Oh my god, I've seen Figueroa rock plenty. Did you watch the Seha fight? He was in there getting his shit rocked all over the place.
Did he get hurt like for real? For real?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why that fight was almost a draw. He was getting his ass whooped.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. But
Yes, man. Yeah, he got a draw on that. And not to mention Maxaya was landing some pretty good shots. Maxaya was a good puncher. Maxaya was just an idiot. Man, like Maxaya.
hey, man, that motherfucker was getting hit to the body. Like you could tell he wanted to quit at times because Figueroa was on his ass.
Yeah, Maxaya is weak to the body, but the thing is, what pissed me off is that Maxaya would grab Figueroa's arm with his left hand and then just keep his right tucked. I'm like, bro, punch in the clinch, you moron. That's why you keep getting points taken because they think you're just holding. You have to punch. Like Brandon Figueroa will grab you, like he grabbed Fulton with one hand, but he punched with the other. That's why people assume that the rounds weren't scored fairly because Brandon Figueroa was still working. Maxaya would grab and then not punch. It's like, dude, you can't do that.
Yep.
Man, if Masayo had that same juice Manny Pacquiao, and he would be going crazy, but he don't.
Yeah. But I think Ray Vargas gonna whoop Figueroa ass.
You think so?
Yeah.
Hell no. You out of your damn mind. The same. Are we talking about the same Ray Vargas that lost to O'Shaquie Foster?
So we're really gonna compare the boxing ability of the guy who gets hit 23 times around with fucking O'Shaquie Foster?
No, we got to understand, bro. Like to deal with for Brandon Figueroa, you just said it. You got to have power.
Ray Vargas got
jumping up and down and wake up.
Yeah, but Ray Vargas ain't got no damn power, man. Stop.
But Fulton dealt with Brandon Figueroa. Fulton has less power than everybody we talking about.
But Fulton is a highly skilled individual. Ray Vargas is not.
Okay, Ray Vargas is skilled enough to deal with a goofball like Brandon Figueroa that get hit.
No. We're not going to disrespect Figueroa because we all respect Fulton, and that was a hard ass fight.
It was,
and he'll give anybody a hard ass fight, especially somebody who can't crack like Ray Vargas.
Yeah, Vargas.
Motherfucker was getting walked down by O'Shaquie Foster.
But Ray Vargas still got 22 knockouts. O'Shaquie Foster is a more skilled operator than Brandon Figueroa. Fulton was heavily undersized against Figueroa. That's why he struggled. If Fulton was fucking had 2 more inches worth of reach, that fight would have been easy as hell.
Bro, I guarantee Brandon win that fight.
Wait, what you mean?
Okay, who had a better fight, a more cleaner fight though with Maxayo though? Because now seeing that they both shared opponents, who had a better performance, Vargas over Maxayo or Figueroa?
I mean,
definitely Vargas.
Figueroa actually hurt him.
Definitely Vargas. Vargas cleared Maxayo with ease. Vargas whooped his ass so good.
Vargas got dropped though.
Man, he outboxed him. He didn't whoop his ass. But let's chill out.
He landed all.
He landed dropped though.
Yeah, he did get dropped. That just shows you the degree to which you that just shows you the degree to which he was outboxing him because he got dropped and still cleared the cards.
Okay,
True.
and Brandon, he should have had like at least 3 drops on Magziah. He wanted
Bro,
to.
without those point deductions, Figueroa fucking loses.
Nigga,
No, hell
Without
no.
those point
hey,
deductions,
real
Figueroa
shit. Let's keep
fucking
it like
Hell
loses.
no.
He
The
he
fight
probably
won
loses.
that.
that shit probably would have been
No,
raw.
Those
bro. I know
cards,
y'all saw the end of that fight. Magziah wanted to quit.
Yeah,
those
he was
cards,
out of there.
those
He was
cards
out of
were
there. He ain't
butt
having
Bro,
cheeks.
he was hurting this man. Like, and he hurt Fulton multiple times too. Let's be real. Fulton is a very tough dude. But Figueroa, like I'm telling you, it's like Maidana. It's a hard fight. I don't care who you are.
It is a hard fight, but why? It's like I said, it's gonna be
And
fucking
Ray
great.
Vargas, man, he ain't gonna be able to have that pressure, man. Get the fuck out of here, that crackhead.
Ray Vargas
No, let me
throws more
stop.
punches than Figueroa
how
and gets
soon
hit
they
less.
Are they talking about making that fight soon?
Yeah, the winner. Yeah, the winner got to go see Ray Vargas. Because Ray Vargas is still the WBC champ at 126.
How does that work? Because oh yeah, that's right. He fought
He fought
Koshaki at
Oshaki for a
130.
vacant. Yeah, it's the same as Canelo. Canelo went up to 175 to challenge while keeping all his 168 straps.
You know who needs to get like I want to see somebody fight Navarrete. That motherfucker right there. He need to get exposed because he ain't good to me.
Bro,
He's not a
Navarrete-
talented boxer, but he can punch. He punches
Yeah.
real hard.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
give
he
you
do.
one of the worst champions, former champions, skill wise, because that nigga has no skills, bro. Clumsy.
Nope.
Everything that they say Wilder is, that's what he is. He was swinging wild, no balance. He literally looked like you could push him over, he'll fall over.
I mean, hey,
almost
but he's got.
British tooth.
I mean,
Hey
hey,
man,
that y'all can say all that, but he's got good recovery. He's got a decent gas tank, and he knows how to use his attributes. He's real strong, and he puts motherfuckers down. And sometimes that's all it takes.
man,
It's
I
the same.
wish.
It's the same as when people talk about Plant versus Benavidez. They say, "Oh, Benavidez lacks all these fundamentals." That's cool, but if you're big and
I wish we
strong,
could see
you don't
a
need to
fucking
be a
Navarrete
fundamentalist.
or
Bro,
Stevenson.
I wish my boy, not Oshaki, but I wish my boy Shushu Carrington was further along so we can make that fight.
Against
But
Navarrete?
he's still a prospect. He got like 5 fights or 6.
Yeah, Carrington is pretty big. Carrington's a big ass featherweight. He's a
That
massive.
motherfucker can fight, bro. He's one of the most skilled inside fighters I've seen. Like he's like an Earl Spence type.
Is he a feather or super featherweight?
He's at 126.
Oh, so he's a featherweight. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Navarrete
He's
at
big.
130. Yeah, he needs some more season. He needs to face some punchers. I would say some certified punchers.
Yeah. That's why I said I wish he was further along, but that motherfucker can fight, bro. Like,
Yeah, Carrington. Like at first, I thought he was a fucking welterweight. Somebody told me that Carrington was a featherweight. I was like, God damn, what the fuck?
yeah.
This nigga's like knocking
But
back a super
you-
organic steak.
I know you love the inside game. Like it's like I don't know, bro. It's a joy to watch.
No, Carrington is a beast. I remember he almost killed the last 2 niggas he fought. Like,
Yeah.
God
Hey,
damn.
what y'all think about Prograde versus Matias?
Oh, it's a good
Man.
fight. Matias a dangerous motherfucker, man. He just gotta touch you and he can hurt you. He dangerous.
I smell some vaginal energy from Prograde. He talking a lot of shit, but he's not insinuating that he's getting that fight cooking. I'm like, okay, cool. You said you whoop his ass easy, so let's get it. Let's unify. And then he's talking about
Prograde. Yeah, the issue with him is he got ego. So he gonna try to like bang with this motherfucker. I'm telling you, that's not a good idea.
I'm not sure if Prograde even gonna fight him. That's what I'm trying to say. He talking shit, but it's like, okay, well let's get
PBC. Yeah.
But look, one thing though, I did not like that first round from Matias.
Oh yeah, Ponce was on his ass, but that's a mistake if you gonna fight him like that. Like, I don't know. You better knock him out in the first round.
Now, okay, that motherfucker can't punch. Imagine a motherfucker who can't punch jump on him like that.
No, Ponce can punch. Matias just has a hell of a. Matias is a Terminator, bro. He's like better Biev. He's like the better.
Yeah,
Biev
bro. Like
140.
the reason Matias is lasted this long is because he has the chance. So you can jump on him all you want. If you're not really, it's hard to hurt him.
It's
And
very
on top
hard.
of that, he's throwing like bricks back at you.
Yeah, you saw Ponce did all that work. Matias landed one left hook and rearranged his whole shit. He was like, "Oh shit!" Like, and the thing
Yeah,
is, he didn't even Ponce and his corner are really intelligent because they didn't even give Matias the opportunity to beat the shit out of him. He felt some of that power. He was like, "You know what? Fuck it. It's not even worth the champ. Let's just go
right.
ahead and sit
Yeah,
down and smoke." Because Ponce is a bad motherfucker. He'll smoke a lot of these other dudes. Like Ponce, like he'll probably knock out Tiafimo. A dude like Tiafimo Ponce will probably whoop the shit out of him. But
yeah.
yeah, but Matias is just too much. It's too much. It's too much to handle.
And I don't care who you fighting, bro. In boxing, if you knock out all your opponents, you a bad motherfucker.
No,
Because
for
it's
real.
hard to knock out grown ass men. Like, because some like I said, some of these so called journeymen are more durable than like contenders or champions. So it's hard to
But
knock out
Nick, it's
everybody.
also hard to put on a flawless performance going all
Yes,
12.
Yeah,
yes,
like a lot of
yes, it
these
is.
dudes, a lot of these dudes are built like guys like Deverenchenko, where they're just tough as fuck. You're not gonna knock them out. Like
Right.
they're just super tough, super durable. They know how to box and they know how to survive. You know, they're real. It's real hard to knock them out, no matter how much punching power you have. Triple G was laying waste to everybody. Fought Deverenchenko. This nigga look like trash.
Well, let's be fair. That wasn't like the Triple G from the beginning.
Fair,
Man,
but Deverenchenko was, I think, is like either around the same age or older.
Yeah, Charlo put more damage on Devershenko than Triple G did.
No,
Triple
absolutely.
G lost that fight, in my opinion.
That's the fight.
That's still his best performance.
That's the fight where everyone was like, you know what? Let's not fight Charlo. That fight right there,
I
everyone
know
started
that's
cooking duck sauce.
bro. I swear, around that time, that's when Triple G got old.
Yeah, because people were saying Deverenchenko was going to stop Charlo. They were like, "Oh, Chenko probably going to
See,
stop Big Charlo." I was like,
see,
what?
see. That's the difference between Canelo fans and us. Like we want our favorite fighters to fight the best. Like Art wants Spence to fight Crawford. You and me, we want Boots to fight all these dudes. But these Canelo fans are like, well, he hasn't earned it yet. He got to do this. He got to do that. Why Canelo got to fight everybody? Well, why can y'all do something? You know, like
But they're
it's
making
just
room for
different.
Ryder, a guy with 5 losses that has never even touched a championship.
They say
Bro,
he Danny Jacobs.
yeah, it's,
They say he deserved it for getting over on Jenny Jacobs. This nigga,
and on
man.
top of that, it's different with Canelo because he could literally fight whoever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, bro.
He got the power to do that. Crawford, like you say what you want about Crawford, he don't really got that kind of power.
Well, he does now. He just got to sign on the fucking dotted line. He signs with who he
Well,
wants to.
with this
That's
third,
easy, Tony.
yeah, with this Thurman situation not being announced yet, I was hoping that it's because they're secretly in negotiations on Spence Crawford.
That's if you want to believe Mike Cappinger.
This nigga said they agreeing to shit on the phone. Who the fuck is taking the time to get off the phone and tell you? Shut your dumb ass up. Like,
I think
like what?
I think that's why he's dealing with Golden Boy, so he could have like a real representation in negotiations, not just himself and some other niggas that.
But
That's
Golden
dumb.
Boy, but Golden
Why would
Boy's
you
a
put
bunch of
middleman in your
dipshits.
fucking business?
Yeah, but
I
Golden,
don't know, bro.
But Crawford, it'll just be me and my fucking lawyer. What the hell are you talking
like
about?
Hell no.
Golden Boy couldn't even make Canelo happy. What the fuck they gonna do with Crawford?
Well, that's because Canelo didn't want to make it happen. This is more of a money issue.
They're bad management. The issue is they're bad management. All of their fighters in the
Golden Boys. Oscar Dahl always say basically his problem with Canelo is he wanted Canelo to fight Charlo and them, and Canelo felt like that was being disloyal, offering him that type of shit.
Let me ask y'all a question. If they offer Crawford $30 million to fight Earl Spence, would he take the fight?
no.
Yes, he would. Come on, bro. Look,
$30 million,
I don't.
bro.
I believe. Look,
He would have cleared that fighting Spence.
no. Let me tell you
He would
why.
have cleared around that much fighting
up
Spence.
front.
Yes, no, and he would have took that because look,
Who the fuck is
I'm not one of those people that says
guarantee? Fucking Wilder doesn't even get 30 million guarantee. What the fuck is this?
I'm not one of those people that believes that fighters are not afraid of each other. I believe some fighters are wary of fighting certain people, but if you got enough money put up front, they'll fight anybody, bro. Like even this Fulton Inoue fight. Like, yeah, we're giving Fulton a lot of love for taking the fight, but let's not ignore he's getting like 3 million to fight this nigga.
So you
I'll fight
telling
both
me
niggas on
that
the
that's
same night for
that
the type of money you talking about.
you telling me that's what they need to offer Crawford? Somebody needs to come up off of 30 M's up front, and then that would be enough. Like
No,
what?
not necessarily 30, but like it needs
10,
to be something because Crawford he's not gonna fight forever, bro. So he's trying to like get as much as possible before it's over.
and
I don't
look,
blame him.
that goes into what you said. Some fighters worry about certain things, and I feel like he worries that, yeah, I can fight Spence. There's a possibility of me winning, but there's a possibility of me losing and getting damaged.
Right. So I need my money, and I respect that.
But he needs
And I know we
more.
don't like looking
But
at it that way, but
he
it's the
needs
truth. Motherfucker
that.
got like 7 kids.
That's fine. But the thing is, with the money, with the situation that he was being offered, he would have cleared more than he did versus Avanesian. That's why people are coming
And
at
that,
him like
yeah, and
that.
that's the thing. But here's the thing: when you bring that up, people are gonna say, "How do you know? Is it guaranteed that he will make more than $10 million fighting Spence?"
If you fuckers buy the fight, you wouldn't have to worry about that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
The
these dudes always talk. These dudes always talk about Crawford making sure he gets a high guarantee because they don't pay to watch him fight. Just buy the fucking fight. Like you guys didn't even buy him versus Avanesian. Y'all just didn't care about BLK going broke or whatever because you hadn't heard they existed 6 weeks prior. So just
if
buy the fucking fight and everything will be fine.
And they didn't even buy that BLK shit because a lot more niggas would have been mad that they a card got charged an extra forty
Of course, they
dollars.
didn't buy that shit.
think about it, bro. Like the truth is, this is my opinion. The reason why this fight hasn't been made is because Spence and Crawford both want the fight real bad, but the type of money that they want for the fight is not available because the Showtime people, whoever is going to put the fight on, don't believe that they're worth that kind of money because based on Spence's pay-per-view sales and obviously Crawford's pay-per-view sales, that the money is not there, or at least they're not willing to put it up front because no business is in the business of losing money.
Right. And I'm glad you said that. No business is in the business of losing money. That's exactly why it makes no sense to give somebody like Terrence Crawford fucking 15, 20, 30 million up front because he doesn't
Uh-huh.
generate that shit back.
Well, they better have a great first fight because then that's for the second fight. The money, Mike. Let's say they do better than expected on pay-per-view sales. Like that money that they want should be available for the second fight.
I mean, they're gonna do a ridiculous amount of money the first time. Again, it all ultimately boils down to Terrence Crawford not wanting to fight him. And it's not even because of the money issue, it's because of the risk factor. He's like, there's a realistic possibility that I could be put in a situation where I can't fight for a long time or I won't fight again. So therefore it makes more sense for me to just go and collecting checks, for all these bums. And again, we don't even know if he got 10 million off of Avanesian. We have no fucking idea because allegedly they were supposed to be throwing a bunch of events with AB, and then that shit done fell through. So we don't know how much money they got or didn't get.
Yep,
So yeah,
it's
I
true.
personally don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what Crawford decides to do. I'm personally over it. I think we should focus on more pressing matters. I don't think Thurman should be getting this shit either. But if he is getting it, then that is what it is. But yeah, I'm over it. I don't really care. I'm not gonna waste any more time or lose any sleep over fucking Terrence Crawford. You want to act like a bitch and complain about money all the time as an excuse? That's cool. But there have been plenty of other chances to get the Spence fight knocked out the way when you probably actually would have been the A side over Spence, and you didn't take those opportunities. So like, just go the fuck away.
You saw what Bozy said.
What did Boji say?
Um, Bozy. First of all, I don't like how they're moving boots right now when it comes to like they don't want to fight on Tank's undercard. To me, that's a huge mistake, bro.
They said they don't want
Like
to fight.
they don't want to fight on his undercard.
I didn't hear that they don't want to. I just heard that that's not the direction Showtime was taking.
No, no, no. He literally. You saw the tweet. Boots say, "Hey, Espinoza, we need that homecoming." No, you don't, motherfucker. Not
That nigga
yet.
crack. What the fuck he talking about, nigga? You better go fight on that damn undercard.
Right. Like
Told you,
that's the
bro.
most eyes you ever gonna get.
You're ever,
Like, well, at least
especially
like for now.
you want black fans and international fans. Come on, bro.
Right.
Stop it.
Like, can you imagine Via and Boots on Tank's undercard? Like,
And
I
then
understand we all got egos and we don't want to fight on somebody's undercard, but like, bro, Canelo did that shit with
and look
Floyd
what
Mayweather, and that's how he built his name.
Okay, well, I got to go back and look. I didn't see Boots tweeting with Steven Espinosa. In my
Oh no,
defense,
Espinosa didn't respond, but he did
oh,
tweet him.
okay, okay.
Probably he didn't
I'll go back.
respond for a reason because he does want to put him on undercard because he knows he's a businessman. He understands putting Tank on that kind of exposure is important. You don't want to have to carry your own, like, especially after that performance, like whether we believe it was good or not. Like that's not how you want to show yourself to the general public. You know what I mean? So you swallow your pride and fight on Tank's undercard.
I
And
mean,
get a spectacular knockout, and that's how you build that buzz back up.
he's had spectacular knockouts on Showtime before. That was just one,
Yeah,
but
but
it wasn't.
not this kind of platform because that was what what's his name, Clayton. Who the fuck was watching that? Let's be real.
There was
Nobody.
Clayton
Us
That shit
and
was like 2
Lipinets.
seconds.
and Lipinets, yeah, but the who was watching that? It was the hardcore boxing fans. With this Ryan Garcia fight, this is like casuals. It's a lot of fucking people, bro.
Well,
Niggas,
I agree that it's
all
gonna.
that shit, Shade
I
Room,
agree.
all the people gonna be talking about this shit.
Right,
I agree that it's
celebrities,
gonna
everybody
be.
and their mama gonna be there.
I agree that it's going to be higher exposure than normal, but I don't think it's going to do like groundbreaking, breathtaking. People talking about millions of pay per views. I'm like, nah, I don't think it's going to do all that.
No, hell no, but at least 800,000.
At least eight and Z, that's a little bit high.
No,
I
I
don't
think
even.
that fight gonna at least do at least 400, 500.
Yeah, that's more realistic. I personally don't think it
But
breaks
the way they talking
five.
about this shit, they said they kicking this shit off this week. They said, didn't they?
Nah, yeah.
They said they're doing different promo tours and all that shit. They gonna this shit gonna be big, dude. I don't know about that D-High. That shit might
Yeah.
do 7K.
Yeah, I don't. 800,000 is.
It depends how
How much
they try to
How much did Plant do against Canelo?
Yeah.
Canelo
Plant did around 800 grand.
and
800,000.
we gotta give Plant credit for that. Obviously Canelo did the heavy lifting, but Plant slapping him that definitely added a couple 100,000 to
You know how I
that
know that,
pay-per-view.
bro? I drew that shit, and motherfuckers bought that shit instantly, same day.
Yeah, that shit.
Oh,
That shit did some numbers.
He should do that with Benavidez, but if he do that with Benavidez,
Nah,
the fight gonna get called off because Benavidez is not gonna go for that.
yeah. Plant know who to play with. That's why with Canelo he's talking all this shit, but with Benavidez is nothing but respect. Yeah, nah, Benavidez will fucking jump on your ass.
Canelo gonna be like, "Hey, fuck you, man! Like you do, you fight with nobody."
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, but Benavidez,
Plant not crazy.
that's bro. I ain't gonna lie, that shit's funny as hell what Plant's doing to his ass.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
is making Benavidez mad because I'm telling you, Plant gonna get his ass whooped. He's gonna get ran over.
No, man. Unless Plant got some like his new coach got him some newfound power, like, and I don't see how he can outbox a nigga for 12 rounds. He just don't got the gas tank or the skill to do that. I don't see it.
Just posted his little revenge tour video on Twitter, and I see them. They out here jogging in the mountains and shit, trying to get that stamina up.
And let's be real, bro. I'm gonna be real honest. I have ulterior motives. It's not good for the sport if Plant wins this fight.
Yeah.
Canelo,
potential
we cannot give this
rematch?
man
Oh
an
my
excuse
God.
to. Like, oh, hey, he lost a Plant. What the fuck I need to fight this nigga for?
Right, it was just
Like,
fight
come
Plant
on.
again. That shit would be so fucking irritating. I swear to
Yeah,
God.
and then like Canelo fans will be like, see, like now y'all got to give our boy credit for beating Plant. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I always do. I say that's Canelo's probably best.
yeah,
win.
that was a decent win, but
I'm gonna tell you
come
this
on, man.
because I don't think that Canelo is fucking with anybody over there. I think that the winner of this fight, with all due respect, needs to just be fed to Morrell. It's time. Because people are talking this shit like Morrell need to fight somebody. When to be honest, Ados, your boss in the league, probably would have beat a lot of people at 168 until David Morrell beat him within an inch of his life. But yeah, the winner of this fight needs to be tossed in with Morrell and see what it is.
Right.
Because not to mention Samson is on tape saying that Morrell and Benavidez is already the contracts have already been signed, sealed, delivered as far as the fight. They just gotta clear the schedules and make it happen and actually be in a position to get the venue and the money secure. But he said that fight is negotiation speaking. That fight is basically already signed, sealed, delivered. They just gotta get the logistics.
But
Benavidez versus Morrell.
Yeah, but something that we boxing fans sometimes ignore when it comes to these type of matchups is the intangibles. Like what if Morrell ain't got no heart when he goes against Benavidez? Because
That's
Benavidez
true.
Benavidez is one of those motherfuckers you got to kill him to beat him.
Have we
Literally, like
have we ever seen Benavidez in a position where he's needed to have heart though?
not really, but and it's probably
Hey,
crazy to say it, but I just get those vibes from Benavidez, like because in that culture, that Mexican boxing culture, bro, like quitting and and they don't do that shit. Like
hey, you make some good points, but which groups have historically given Mexican fighters the most problems?
African Americans and
Foundational Black Americans.
man, probably yeah, Cuban fighters, not Puerto Ricans, because they own their ass.
Black Americans, Cubans, and the Russians.
Yeah,
Because Russians give everybody fucking problems. Like you just never know with the fucking Russians. But
yeah, they
like
got skills.
yeah, you just literally never know what you're dealing with. But no, yeah, Cubans historically have given them a lot of problems, and also again, I don't believe that Morel is intimidated by Benavidez. Everybody else, even Plant and Canelo, are obviously a little bit scared of this motherfucker because he's huge. But number one, Morel is coming down from 175. He's coming down from light heavyweight. A lot of people don't know that. Number two, he's just as big, just as strong, just as fast, and more skilled. So I don't think he's afraid of Benavidez. Now
He
you
just
are
don't
right.
have that gas tank.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm sure I know he's got more skills, but it's like, does he have the heart and the gas tank? More important, like if it's in the championship rounds and Benavidez lands some shit, like how is he gonna respond?
But
And I
what
honestly, I feel like he was able to style on. Oh, what's that dude? With the dude he just fought, he was able to
Mhm.
style on him easy because that motherfucker was so damn slow. Let's be real, that nigga was slow as fuck.
But look at
Like
what Benavidez has been fighting. Who are these niggas?
yeah,
Aren't
but
Speedy
Benavidez
Gonzalez?
he got some fast ass hands, like probably the fastest hands at 68.
Okay, hey, that's all well and good, but I cannot wait. Like you're right. You're right that if Benavidez starts consistently landing on Morel, is he going to be able to hold? Is he either going to be able to hold up to the punishment or have enough skills to be able to evade further punishment and continue to win the fight? But also, what happens when Morel starts landing bombs on Benavidez? What happens when he
I
puts
know.
the?
What if
What happens
Morel
when he?
hit fucking? What if Morel hit Benavidez with that uppercut to the body, uppercut to the head?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if he starts driving the uppercut through the guard or actually landing body shots on his liver effectively? Is David gonna be okay? Because no one has ever been in a position where they've ever really landed clean on David. Like people say, oh, David got no chin because he got a flash knockdown against Gavril. Number one, Gavril was a certified 168 pounder. He was supposed to be in the fucking division. Number two, that was mostly, he just caught him off balance, kind of like how Shakur caught Oscar Valdez. That wasn't like, oh, he punched him and he fell. It was like, just caught him off balance because he squares up his damn feet. But what's going to happen when somebody like Morel is actually landing hurtful shots against Benavidez?
That's true. That's why we want to see the fight. To me, those are the two best at 68.
Yeah. I've said Morel clears Benavidez since his first three fights. So I hope that we can get that after this is over because Canelo ain't fucking with Benavidez if he wins. He's not gonna do that.
Hell no.
Yeah, he's
That
already
pressure,
said that.
bro.
Yeah,
Canelo style.
And you
Yeah,
hear
Canelo style.
Canelo fans shitting on Benavidez in the family right now. Shitting on
of
their
course.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Fans
As soon
always
as Canelo retire, they're gonna jump on that bandwagon. We know.
fans always shit on fights that don't want to happen before they happen. That's why I say a lot of fights are killed in the court of public opinion. It's kind of like how earlier you were talking about how Tank's fans have given him permission not to fight Devin Haney because they don't want the fight. They don't want it.
I don't know. It's kind of similar to like the Ennis and Spence like fans, like, and not you, Art, but some Spence fans don't want to see that fight.
Both Spence and Crawford fans don't want Boots to fight either one of their people.
Yeah. So
I'm different. I'm
like
slow for that shit.
right, but
I just
like
find it
real
funny.
boxing fans should want to see that and talk about, well, he's not ready. Well, prove it. Like no, like that's why UFC. That's why they're ahead of us, bro. Like they put in their prospects in with dangerous motherfuckers, like or with like champions.
It's just dumb because they'll say that somebody like Boots isn't ready, but then put somebody like Crawford in with Avanesian and be excited about it. When
Or
the fuck was
Rocha.
like when the fuck was Avanesian ready? He had 4 losses. He had literally lost to Crawford's leftovers. Was he ready? Was he deserving? Like none of these fucking points make sense. Like it's just like they
Or
talk
they'll
about.
say he's too young, he ain't ready. And the next day they'll praise a fucking 19-year-old getting a stoppage over a grown ass man.
I know
Right.
y'all seen Ugas. Ugas is like no disrespect to this dude, but who the fuck is this guy? Like what you talking about, Rocha?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then niggas start dissing him. Oh, you got knocked out. Shut up.
Right.
Well, yeah,
Ooh,
fighting Earl Spence. Like what the fuck? Like
yeah.
that's ain't no shame in that.
Right. Like, nigga, I ain't got
Ugas
done
said
fighting
some.
the best. Who the fuck you fight?
Ugas
It's
said
not
some
like he
shit they
quit.
didn't like. Ugas said some shit they didn't like. Now all of a sudden it's shut up, nigga. You don't know boxing. You got smokes.
Right.
I can't stand when people do that.
I know the internet wild as fuck, man. Real shit.
Yeah, this shit is so fucking aggravating. Niggas be like, 1 minute they giving you all this respect, next minute, shut up, nigga. That's why you lost. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Speaking of Yugas, Manny Pacquiao, Conor Benn.
Oh
What
my fucking god!
They obviously don't care for Manny Pacquiao's health, but hey,
If Pacquiao really gets in here and
You
gives
know why they
Conor
don't
Ben
care?
this fight, he
You know why
deserves
they don't
every fucking horrible thing that happens to him in there.
You know why they don't care? Because Pac gonna be on the juice too, nigga. What you talking about? It's gonna be a juice.
they'll
Juice,
probably allow that shit too.
because
Hell
I
yeah,
mean
they talking about
they're
being in fucking Saudi Arabia.
I mean, yeah, they're both career juices, but Pacquiao gonna need it. I still think that Ben probably has the edge because he's just a younger, stronger dude, but his boxing IQ is low. He's definitely not as fast as Pacquiao, but we just got to see how Pacquiao handles the power at age 45. He's fucking
And
saying
that motherfucker's crazy to get into Conor Ben.
like I said, bro. If he really gives that ass up to Conor Ben of all people, he deserves every fucking horrible thing that happens
Manny
to him.
Pacquiao seen that he seen that trailer for that George Foreman movie and said shit. Watch me be the
I
old.
can do it too. Face
Mhm.
ass.
Yep. He said, "Watch me be the old man to do it."
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on with his accounting services. Like I really don't get why he's constantly in a position where he has to fucking fight. But whatever, man. Trust and believe. I don't give a shit. If
It's
like I
that
said,
Sean Gibbons motherfucker. He don't give a fuck about none of them niggas.
You sure don't. If I was his advisor, like Manny, you had a great career, but you need to retire before you become a vegetable.
bro, like Andre Berto is still living off his Floyd paycheck. What the fuck is Pacquiao excuse? Like, like literally,
He
Andre
be
Berto.
blowing that shit. Like he spends it on mostly like on his people, which I can respect, but like you gotta be smart with your money.
Like this shit is just wild to me. Like you fought. Not only did you fight everyone and make big bread, but then you fought Floyd and Thurman to top it all off, and you still out here thirsty. Like what the fuck is
He
wrong
could
with you?
fight. Maybe he just lost the fight, but he could fight exhibitions and make a lot of money if he wanted to. Just do
Yeah,
that shit.
and he just cleared some bread off of this nigga DKO. Like where the fuck is this money going? Are you being extorted? Like are you funding top secret fucking cancer curing research? What the fuck is you doing? Are you keeping the entire Filipino economy afloat?
You should
He
said,
literally
"Are you being
all those people in the Philippines admire him. Like he could make a lot of money doing something over there. Like
Well, he ran for president. They didn't pick his ass.
well, cause they ain't stupid.
I
Like nigga,
mean,
we
yeah,
love you, but we don't love you that damn much. Like come on now.
yeah, he is the single most famous Filipino person in fucking history.
It's
Like,
like I was about to say that's like making LeBron James, but America don't love LeBron like that. Let's be real. At least well, a certain section of America.
nah.
You know who it is.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, like, bro, I mean, like, if Floyd Mayweather peanut head ass ran for president, I wouldn't vote for that nigga.
Right.
I'd be like, what the fuck? Wait, hold on. No.
Well, also in America, we don't have that kind of like we don't worship people like that.
I mean, we do, but we don't put them in position where
Not
they
while
have
they're alive.
power. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we usually
Like who you know universally love like that. Maybe
alive or
Mm.
dead.
I mean Denzel gets a lot of love from everybody. I don't know if he's like we don't worship him. Like you know what I mean?
No, Denzel's just a good actor. We don't like he
if
doesn't.
Denzel was running for president, you think we'll vote for him? Hell yeah, we would.
Yeah, that makes more
Black
sense.
people would. I mean, I
Hell
gotta see
yeah.
what he would. I gotta see what the platform is now, because you know some of these niggas is crazy. Like, look at Kanye.
Well, like I said, Denzel hasn't had any scandals. Like Denzel conducts himself like a person with sense.
Yeah, you see, unlike Will Smith, Denzel's he's like to me, he's like a definition of a real black man. You know what I mean? Like,
I wouldn't vote Will Smith to be in a position of power because he doesn't even have power in his own fucking household. Not
right? He's a bitch.
yeah, I can't.
Damn.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, sorry. Like honestly, I can hardly look at Will Smith movies the same. I'm like, bro, you act like
But
like Mike Lowry, like you yourself are more massive than Mike Lowry was in Bad Boys, but Mike Lowry got more nuts than you. How does that make any sense? Mike Lowry is not worth $250 million. Mike Lowry isn't world famous. He's just a fucking Miami PD detective. You're Will fucking Smith, and Mike Lowry got more balls than you in the movies. Like, come on, dog.
hey, they gonna
That's
say,
what I'm
"Whoa,
saying. Like, nigga, you know how to nigga beat Mike Laurie in real life, nigga. Damn.
Right, and like,
It's
and
funny
keep
as hell, D-Hive. I didn't even think about that shit.
and keep in mind, all this disrespect is not even coming from a bad bitch. It's just Jada. Like it's just like me as a man. I understand that you have to give certain grace to people who are super attractive. Like you don't have to, but that's usually how it happens. If you're taking disrespect off someone, if you're fucking over your family, if you're doing all kinds of crazy shit behind a broad, she should at least be a bad bitch where everyone's like, damn, I understand why that nigga tripping. This is just Jada Pinkett Smith.
I mean, and not even just that. Like, it's the disrespect that she give this nigga. Like people say, well, he was just protecting. Like y'all don't believe in protecting black women. Nah. Just women like Jada. That's what we don't like. She don't deserve this type of energy because she made you go on live television and interview you, having you crying like a bitch, talking about how do you feel about me cheating on you, nigga.
And the
If you
thing
don't
is,
swallow your pride and your respect and get rid of this, like, because it's a million of Jadas.
and the
It's
thing
very few Will Smiths.
And the thing is, after the fact, Jada said you shouldn't have did that, and you should apologize. So the nigga didn't even get credit.
Yeah, we all
People.
know what that shit was about. He wasn't mad at Chris Rock. He was trying to, show his manhood that, hey, look, I'm not a bitch like y'all say I am. I'm defending my wife.
Man,
Nigga,
if he had did that bullshit on 50 Cent or LL Cool J, they would have been carrying his ass out on a fucking stretcher. Them niggas used to be golden gloves and
I'd have
shit.
more respect for him if he did that. Like, okay, you know what? Okay, but
Nah.
you smack tiny ass Chris Rock. You get no points.
And the worst part is too when those women came out were like, oh, y'all don't protect black women. They were in the comments section, and you know what they were saying about Will Smith? They were like, oh hell yeah, if that was my man, I would give him the same pussy he been getting for the last 20 years. Like, what the fuck kind of bullshit is that? Oh yeah, we be in the limo fucking. I'm like, okay, so I do all that, and my reward is the same pussy I've been had access to. This is why relationships and marriage are going out the window because y'all at this point, y'all don't have shit to offer for real. Y'all know
She been throwing that pussy to young niggas anyways. Like it's not really his. So
exactly. She's literally teaching her kids about Tupac, a nigga that's been dead for almost 30 fucking years. She's teaching.
And you want to know how we know Will? You want to know how we know Will ain't got no control over his household? Look at his kids.
His kids are psychotic. The only kid that's normal is the one that came from the other mama.
Right.
I know you never even see them niggas.
Because he's a normal person living a normal life, making his own money, doing whatever he's doing. These two are psycho.
Bro, I swear, bro, if you tell people Will Smith got more kids than just Jada and what's the name, they'll be like, nah, that's not true.
Right.
Will Smith, they got other kids.
Yeah, because Will Smith was with a normal, regular woman, and then he got a little bit of paper, acted like an asshole, ditched her ass, thought he was upgrading with the fucking Baltimore bus down, and surprise, she's a psychopath.
Just like fucking Gabriel Union. Gabriel Union and Jada Smith is a devil. I don't care what nobody say.
Real shit.
Oh, you know what? Some fun facts for y'all. Not only is Gabrielle Union from Omaha, Nebraska, so she's the most famous person from Omaha, fuck Terrence Crawford, but her mother, before she was at the age of 10, guess where her mother took her?
Where?
To a pride parade.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, so the programming has been there for years. Her mother was the first one to take her to a pride parade and made sure that she was, involved in all that stuff. So yeah, so and the thing is, if a nigga like me could figure that out, Dwayne Wade didn't do no fucking research. He ain't run a single background check on this bitch. He just damn.
I feel like he let her do what she want because he cheated on her. So she's still with him. So basically he got good with her program is what I'm saying.
Any man that feels like they have to serve and be subservient to a woman deserves whatever punishment they get, but you're not fit to lead shit. I'll tell you that. Especially if you're in a situation where you have real power, like you're some kind of millionaire in your own right and shit like that. Like, bro, like, no.
To show you that the power in men sometimes it's not. It just don't come from money, because nigga, I
Hmm.
just with no money run shit a household. You know what I'm saying?
Where the
Like
woman makes all the money.
when the women making all the money. You know what I'm saying? So what
Exactly.
the fuck?
Yeah, no,
These
this
niggas
the
is like, I don't know. They just weird, nigga.
it's yeah, it's just the hobble. Like when other people get with black men and they think that black men aren't supposed to have any fucking agency. And it's funny because all these bras talk about how, oh, I do all this to Will Smith. They oh, Will Smith is real, da 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 da. But then when dudes actually try to like you and take you out places and be this guy, you say, oh no, he just didn't seem street enough. He didn't have enough edge, da 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 da, all this bullshit. Like look at the bullshit they're talking about Michael B. Jordan.
I know. I know,
Like,
right?
like
He's
yeah,
corny.
yeah, bro, I will take that version. I will be corny with hundreds of millions of dollars. Cool, good.
Nah,
But
bro. Di, we know what that shit is about. It's not because they think he's corny. They haven't let go of the fact that this nigga used to date white women.
he's still dating white women. What's the big deal?
That's what they're really upset about. It's not about because this nigga's corny. They're not gonna let that shit go.
He's still dating white women. Who cares?
I don't know, bro.
He
Like,
he got he got with a bad black bitch. She did him dirty. What is he supposed to do? Like, why is it that black men are supposed to repeatedly put themselves in position of suffering? Like, who they don't call corny? Serena husband.
right?
That motherfucker looks like a jar of expired fucking yogurt, and he is not corny. He literally created the website where the memes about Serena fucking started.
Yep.
He created the website where a bunch of white dudes were running around calling her a fucking chimp and a monkey and an ape and all that, and they blame that on us. Talk about, she happy. That motherfucker got no edge. He got no muscle. Probably haven't even seen his own dick since the third grade. But he don't get to be
Damn.
corny. Ain't nobody. This is why I'm
But they don't
sorry.
call he corny though. He got the baddest chick in the game wearing his chain. You know what I'm saying? He know how to handle business.
Yeah, right,
Jay-Z
right,
corny.
right. I mean, you can't call Jay-Z corny. You fucking Beyonce. Not only are you cheating on Beyonce a lot, but you still fucking with Beyonce. You can't be called corny. That's legendary shit.
They want Michael B.
Does
Jordan
she
to be doing
know?
that, though, cheating on bitches and slapping them around.
Beyonce is at the age and the level where she can't replace Jay Z, like
She really
because
can't.
like she gonna have to get a nigga like on the totem pole in terms of like power and clout way lower than that because there ain't too many niggas walking around with $1 billion.
Yeah,
At
she
least not
probably.
like
Can you
around her
say
age.
that? Can you say that Jay-Z is an example of the highest point as a Black American man, or
Oh
no?
yeah, I would say
Uh,
so in terms of like I don't know
Social
about
status,
his
money
morals.
status.
I don't know about his morals, but in terms of like success, yeah.
well, Robert F. Smith is a black billionaire. He runs a hedge fund, and he got started originally in credit card companies. So I'd say probably that because he's someone who has corporate white collar power, and
But
he.
niggas don't know him. I'm
Okay,
just
okay,
Right.
well, shit. I mean,
shit.
if you want to say just famous, sure, yeah, he's Jay-Z would be the social and financial apotheosis of a black American, especially coming up in the rap game. So sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, real talk, Mr. Shelton. This bitch is literally sitting down with her children talking about fucking dead ass Tupac. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Tupac as much as the next nigga, but when it comes to disrespecting a living person that's paying bills for a corpse, that makes no fucking sense. It's like
She
it's
don't
like when,
respect. She don't respect Will. It's
right,
clear and obvious.
for sure. It's like when you see chicks. It's like when you see chicks put in more work for like their dog versus a real human being who like can pay bills and move shit. Like it's the most insane shit. And then you expect men to just sit there and take that nonsense. Like, no, this is why you want to talk about why the marriage rates are dying, why relationships are harder to get into, because there's no fucking payoff. There's no fucking payoff. Oh, I'm gonna get some pussy and a pat on the back. Like like I rather just pay. Like the money I'm taking, I'm spending to make your life better. I could literally just pay a hooker to fuck me and laugh at my jokes. Like it's just like
Right. Like the
Nah, but the
definition of a
thing is,
simp.
it's different.
Go
It's
ahead.
different. Speaking as a man in a nice relationship with a black woman, it's different with me because I actually love the person I'm with, and we come from the same cloth, same type of struggle. We understand working together makes shit
oh
happen.
shit, Nonito's being there's an imposter.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
I heard you, bro. Someone is here pretending to be me.
Oh, what the
What?
fuck?
What the hell?
Oh,
That's
all
weird.
right. Yeah, that's weird. Well, sorry if there was an
Yeah,
imposter.
that's weird. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, some of these dudes is weird because they got the game fucked up. They feel like they have to simp and they have to trick. Sometimes niggas be aiming for these superficial chicks who only want one thing from them. And I don't understand why these niggas in the industry share the same broad anyway. It don't make any sense. If I was a
I
nigga
mean,
with that type of money, I'll be trying to find me a nice homegrown chick
Well,
you
for him.
can't. You can't
Devin,
because even with the homegrown, even if you were a millionaire, it doesn't matter where someone was raised, the morals or whatever. Once they get to that level, either they'll only be attracted to you for the money and status, regardless of where they come from, or once they get to that level, they'll just turn. Like, look at Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner was some bum bitch making YouTube videos in her fucking car. That was a cheap piece of shit. She had nothing. She had one child. Now she's collecting like 200 grand a month or whatever. And now look at her. She turned into one of those people that's a vulture.
now she regrets everything. You see her recent like shit, right?
No, bro, that's fake. She doesn't regret anything. Kind of the same as Mia Khalifa was pretending to have fucking mental breakdowns from porn, but the bitch still does OnlyFans and stuff. It's not a mental breakdown. Being a
Because it's the
whore,
only talent they got.
yeah, no. Being a whore is a very saturated market. You got chicks next door that are living the lives of their favorite sex workers and wondering why they have fucking mental problems. Being a whore is a very saturated market. Being a whore in recovery is hardly untouched. It's hardly touched. Being a whore that regrets everything, because especially now that we're coming to a point where all of the social advances and norms are kind of really they're having visible net negative effects on society, and people are questioning the things that social media has taught them. Now that's a market that's hardly untouched. A whore in regret, a whore that regrets whoring, bro. Pamela Anderson just came out with a fucking documentary that she probably got a bag off of, talking about how she regrets her whole career. How you gonna regret something that put you in position more than anything else? No, these women like, this is how you know motherfuckers don't even understand women. Like, they don't
I
regret.
don't know, bro. Some of these motherfuckers, they get kids, and then their kids start seeing their videos, and then like they start thinking about it. Like, damn,
The
I
only
probably shouldn't have
whores
did that.
the only whores that regret what they've done are the whores that have not made any money. If you fucked a lot of people and you're still paying your own bills, those people regret shit. These bitches are set for life. Pamela Anderson is set for life. Brittany Renner is set for life. Mia Khalifa is set for life. They don't regret shit. I'm saying that as a person that's just lived enough life, and I know when people are lying to me. I know when people are lying. The thing is too, in their entire lives, the
You
only
don't think some of
time
these chicks are hurt though, knowing that they can't find a husband?
the broke hoes are the ones that are no longer relevant, the ones that aren't doing anything, and especially the ones that have aged like shit, the ones that are visibly less attractive. Yeah, those are the ones that are sad. Brittany Renner, Mia Khalifa, they can still get prime dick right now. They still look pretty solid. But chicks like Vivica A. Fox or whatever, or Chelsea Handler, yeah, I can see why they may be a little like,
You
yeah.
think but like, are they happy just like getting dick and getting passed around? Don't I think some of them actually like legit want to build like a family?
Right now, while their looks are still quality, they are not sad. When they start
Okay.
falling off in the looks department, then maybe it'll be a little bit more genuine. That's
Mm.
that's 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 what I'll say, because their options are still massive. It's all like women base,
Yeah, I'm just to fuck them.
right, for sure, absolutely. But I'm saying
But
that
some of
all
them are
their
not interested in that. I think like they legit want like a husband and a family.
no, because
That's gonna be hard for them to find because the type of nigga that they want is not gonna be interested in them because of their past.
if that was the case, she could have just married PJ Washington. She could have married him. He's a goofball. It's kind of the same as Lori Harvey. Michael
Lord
B.
have
Jordan.
mercy.
Michael
Can
B.
you
Jordan was
imagine?
Michael B.
My
Jordan was
mom is. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Michael B. Jordan was in love with Lori Harvey. She could have had a husband right then. That would have been over with. He was in love with her
Yeah,
completely. But she
we
was
try to
like,
warn that nigga.
right, but
But
she
she
was
already
like,
came for money though, so it's different. I don't know.
How did that happen? How did Steve Harvey have a daughter?
that's not Steve
He
Harvey's
must
daughter.
not have been in her life because he's a busy man. That's probably what it is.
People have said multiple times that's not Steve Harvey's daughter. and I believe him, because Steve Harvey is the bitch himself. Steve Harvey is one of those dudes that preaches that stupid ass mentality to men, going, "Oh, you should work your ass off like a dog to serve a woman." Like that shit just is always amazing to me. Like, okay, let's say you do that. What do you get in exchange? Well, it don't matter. You need to serve and do whatever she say, because what she say go. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody trying to do that bullshit. You wife like 3 hoes in a row. Bitches that have fucked around, had kids, done nothing, and now you put them in position to succeed just based off. Like, bro, no, I'm not.
First of all, yeah. And first of all, they don't even want that, bro. Like if you try to put a woman in a leadership position, that's not that they don't want to be in a leadership position, like naturally.
You absolutely right. Because I've done that. I've done that as a shit test just to prove that theory correct. Like I've put them in the driver's seat. I go, okay, since you're talking so much shit about what I'm doing, how about you plan this shit from A to Z? They become visibly uncomfortable, and then they'll ask like, why aren't you doing this? And then I'm like, okay, well then shut the fuck up and let me plan then. Like I do that. I've done that with every chick I've ever been with. They've talked all this bullshit. Oh, I want to be this, I want to be that. I put them in the driver's seat. Okay, here's how to handle business. Here, plan from A to Z. It's never any partner. It's like I be wanting the partnership thing, but that's almost never how it happens. It's never how it happens. It's always I want you to put in all the work, and I want to be able to take all the credit. This is my operation. This is my plan, even though you did it because times have changed. It's like, it's like you gotta earn that shit, bro. Like for example, when people say that Rihanna is in charge of her relationship, I don't get upset at all. Rihanna has earned every right to run that relationship. She's put in the work. She has the accomplishments. She has the assets. A$AP Rocky is nothing compared to Rihanna. I have no problem admitting that as a man. But you got bitches out here that have absolutely nothing that be wanting to just be in charge of shit. It's like, who the fuck are you?
Right.
Like I had this conversation with someone one time, and she was saying that men don't respect women. And I responded, well, why should they? And what I mean by that is because men are socialized completely different. Men have to gain respect by either being or creating something of significant value. So and that's how men get respect. That's how men increase their worth in society. So when you have people coming along that believe that they should get all this respect and they haven't created, or they're not someone of value, that's going to be strange to a man. That's going to be strange. They're going to be like, wait, why do I have to put you on a pedestal and you have contributed, you have done absolutely nothing? Just why am I supposed to put you on a pedestal based on the virtue of your existence? Like, what the fuck? Like, why? That's not going to click with your average man. Your average man is not going to understand why they're supposed to work like a dog and die.
We don't have that luxury.
Yeah. Your average man is not going to understand why they have to work like a dog and die in exchange for just some vagina. Like it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like I'm all for the partnership. Like let's partner together, let's build, let's do a bunch of cool shit and all that. But when you're coming and you expect a complete welcome wagon and you have offered nothing but what everyone else got for significantly less work, that doesn't make any sense. Like no, like I swear the past.
That's why my lady's not like that, but she's not from this country, so
yeah, and that's what a lot of dudes are doing now.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't even believe the type of offers, like with some of the people that I've dealt with over the past few months. You would not believe the kind of shit, even just basic dating. Like you would not believe the type of fucking offers that I've been offered, thinking that this makes sense. Like, so wait, hold on, let me get this right. You want me to come in, you make money, me manage all of the finances, pay the majority of the bills, do all these things, take you on vacations, buy you shit for your birthday, and in exchange, I'm just gonna get the same pussy that everyone. No, that's not a good deal. Like that's not a good deal. That's not a good deal for anybody. And it's just the shit is just fucking mind blowing to me. Like they're coming at this not understanding that you also have to offer something. You have to, and it's not, and you don't get to decide what you offer. It's what the other person needs. Like, I don't mind taking out trash and mowing lawns and doing all the typical man stuff. But in exchange, I'm also going to need some things done that may seem like, quote unquote, feminine, roles.
Traditional woman.
I'm not even, that's the thing, bro. I don't even ask for completely traditional shit. I really don't. I'm not above cooking or cleaning or none of that shit, but you got to compensate on the back end with something else. I'm like the most egalitarian man I know. I really am, honestly. Like, my forefathers would probably be ashamed. I let a lot of shit ride. But my thing is you're not gonna define my role and then your role be whatever the fuck you want it to be. No, we need to have a fucking a set contract worth of rules where we can both work from. I'm tired of this bullshit where it's like, okay, your role is your role. Your role is the traditional how it's always been for 10,000 years, and my role is whatever the fuck I say it is. You're fucking insane. Get the fuck out of my face. This is the and this is why you're exactly at where you're at. You're still fucking searching. Like and then like, oh well, guys only want sex these days because what the fuck else is there? Like you gotta offer something else. You gotta offer another incentive. Like it's just the shit is nuts. You have to offer something else. Like nowadays, especially the female life experience is so drastically removed from the male life experience. You can't even go to them for advice anymore. You can't even go to them for advice. It's just like no, like you're not gonna. That's why people ask me why don't you have female friends? Because for what? You can't relate to me. You're not going to help me move. You're not going to buy me food. You're probably not funny. You're not going to understand or even like my jokes. Like, for what? If you just want me to go out and buy you something or buy you stuff without expecting sex in return, just say that so I can tell you to get the fuck out of my face. Like for real. Whenever women like men don't like to be friends anymore, you just want a bunch of simp niggas you can rob blind. You want to be able to receive and not give anything. Oh well, I give them hugs.
Non-sexual attention.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You want some fucking attention. You want someone to ogle over you, tell you you're beautiful, and spend money on you. Bitch, that's what family and female friends are for. Men ain't here for that shit.
Oh no, there's plenty of niggas who are we call orbiters that exist.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. There's plenty of there's plenty of male orbiters, and that's what I tell women. Like I'll be like, yeah, go rob them niggas blind, and then come back to me. It's cool. Go, do whatever you need to do. Go fucking ask him for money. Do whatever you want. Like I'll be telling bitches that shit, bro. Like, and
there's no such thing as what do they call it? Non-sexual relationship with a man. What do they call that? What's the word?
Oh, platonic.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a platonic male friend, like for these females, especially the attractive ones. Like, go and ask them niggas that you call your friends, hey, I'm kind of horny, come over. See what they say.
I told
now,
you.
Some are gonna be less suspicious, but like you probably playing some games, but like if they think you're being genuine, you'd be surprised how many will take the offer.
No, bro, you're not even capping. A chick I was dealing with a few months ago, she said this because she's the kind that has a bunch of male friends. I said, okay, let's play a little test. Text one of them, tell them to come over.
Red flag, by the way, but go ahead.
Huh?
That's a red flag, by the way, but go ahead.
Oh, of course, I'm not talking to her no more. No, I cut her off real quick. But I even said, I said, yeah, I said, this your man's? He married? Okay, cool. Text him you want him to come over. She was like, what? I'm like, yeah, just tell him. You don't really have him over. Just say you would just play it afterwards, but text him just to see what he say. She was like, no, I'm not going to do that exactly because he'll fucking say yes. This nigga's married and he'll say yes to you. So I'm like, don't even hit me with the delusional bullshit. That's why, I don't even have time. I don't even lie. Like at this point, and it's crazy because like there was a point in my life where I would hold all this shit back. But now that I'm being more forward with people, I'm actually getting better responses. It's weird. Like it's crazy. Like when they tell you that nice guys finish last and all that shit is real, bro. Like women like when you like real rough around the edges and tell them where to go and how fast to get there, and you kind of like you're like real rough with them. Like it's weird, but it's true.
You gotta like when these dudes when they go on dates with these girls, like they all they do is like small talk. Oh, so what school do you go to? Oh, what's the name of your mom or some bullshit like that? Like, nigga, you gotta get straight to the point. And I'm not saying shit like say, oh, I just want to fuck you. Nah, like just say like just start flirting with them from the jump and see how they respond. Like, cause if she's there just to get a free meal and get some unsexual attention, you're gonna know immediately. So like you gotta flirt with her and let her know your intentions. Like.
Right. Yeah, from Jump Street, people make it seem like, oh, you have to go through the song in there. I always tell dudes, if she's making you wait for pussy, she don't like you.
Right? Would she make Brad Pitt wait, or Michael B. Jordan?
Like
no, nigga, she fucking that nigga on the first date.
Like, don't get me wrong, if you're super young, like you're like 19, 20, okay, maybe you got to give up some grace because maybe she actually hasn't had sex before or whatever, even though that's asking a lot in the United States. I understand. But if you're
Yeah.
at the point where you got hoes that are 27, 28, like, nah. Like, come on, like
Right.
once you over 24, it's like this. Stop. Who are you putting this pussy on the pedestal for? We all know from ages 16 to 24 what you was probably doing. So stop fucking playing. Like,
Right.
stop playing. Like, you haven't required anybody to take you out on dates. Like, I remember this chick I was dealing with. She was like, "Oh, I've never had a birthday party," and I'm like, "Okay, so why the fuck do I have to change that?"
Hmm.
like, okay, yeah, you're on, like, you're almost fucking, you're what, you're like 27, you never had a birthday party, you fucking, so what the fuck, why the fuck you choose year 28 to all of a sudden want to give a fuck about your birthday? Like, you clearly have never given a fuck about your birthday because you've never made that a requirement for
That
anybody that you've been with. So why the fuck it changed with me? I'm like, nah, I already see what this
yeah.
is. Cut that bitch off.
That reminds me when I was younger, I was talking to a girl on Snapchat. She was asking me to pay for her nails. And mind you, I've never met this person in person. I didn't do it, and for whatever reason, her energy changed like more positively towards me when I didn't like pander to her.
Real
I
shit.
guess she just used to niggas just doing shit for her.
Yeah, this is insane. Like, I was in a similar situation not too long ago, and you know what's funny is this chick that I'm going to talk about. She's actually bisexual, and she was saying how, like, cause she have a girlfriend on the side while I'm not there, whatever. Cause she was talking about being like in like a throuple, like me plus two chicks, and I was like, oh, I've never done that before, so maybe I'll try it. But I said, because at first she said she doesn't need anyone on the side, she'll just wait for me to approve of someone. And then I said, okay, you know what? Actually, get yourself a little girlfriend so you can ask her for all the stuff you asked me for. All the little shit where, sometimes if I feel like it, I'll spend money. Go get a girlfriend so you can make those requests for her. And you know what? That bitch had the audacity to be like, never mind. Never mind. I don't want to do that. Why? Because bitches don't like spending their money.
Right.
I must have laughed in her face for like 30 minutes. This was the most funniest shit. And I'm like, bro, I'm a respectful person, but y'all prove every day why y'all not like why the shit y'all says is not to be taken any kind of serious. Cause y'all are fucking super unserious people. Like y'all just say stuff because it sounds good, but then live your lives completely different. Like it's just funny to me. Like it just being able to observe some of this fuckery in real time is just fucking mind blowing. Like
Don't listen to what they say. Watch what they do.
absolutely. That's something my mom taught me as a young child. Do not listen, and this goes for men and women. Don't listen to what anybody say. Watch their actions.
What are those sisters called? Like the Bailey sisters, the twins.
Oh, Chloe Bailey and
Yeah.
yeah, I
I
don't know.
remember they were talking about like they were on Instagram live talking about, man, we like nice guys. Like they responded to questions on IG live, and then like their little brother, he came out of nowhere like that's Cap, and then they just looked at him like nigga, shut up.
Right. I'm
This
telling
shit's
you,
funny.
Future. If they had if Future was interested in them, Future would have both them hoes in the headlock in 5 seconds flat. Like they would
Right.
they would- like Tia Mari. Tia Mari looking for niggas like Future, but niggas like Future can get better work than Tia. He can get better
Right.
work than the Bailey sisters. So he's like, I'm not looking at y'all. I'm looking at like real like tens, like bad bitches, like bitches with like that are exclusively known for sex appeal. Like y'all are marginal. Y'all are regular women that are rich. I'm looking for supreme bad bitches, like models and shit.
Right.
So but I'll tell you, if Tia Mari and the Bailey sisters, they would happily, all three of them in a fucking in a buffet line, happily get folded by Future one after another, watching each other. They would happily do it, but Future not interested.
Yeah.
Future like, nah, I deal with actual bad bitches, not regular women that got rich. I deal with actual bad bitches. The same as motherfuckers like Usher and 50 Cent and the rest of them. He's like, nah, like that's what they want to
That's
do. They want,
let's be real. That's Sierra. That's her type. That's her real type. Russell Wilson just a nigga she knows is well, like actually I don't want to say a beta male provider.
that's what he is, dog. And it's okay. It's okay. Not everybody. Some people, that's how they survive. That's how they live. Because men need affection, even if they have to pay for it. Like
Damn.
there's nothing wrong with admitting that. But women who like when women have children or women fuck raw, that's who they actually like. The people they put through the steps, like you got to take me out on dates, you got to wear condoms, blah blah blah. Those are the people that are just cool, and maybe you're right for me, but it's not, the passion isn't there. Because for whoever she doesn't break her rules for, like that 1 year of celibacy or whatever, the bitch, get the fuck away from me.
I never felt like that in my life though, ever.
Never. Anytime a chick has given me like a date minimum, like a multi-date minimum, I've just stopped talking to her. I'm like, okay, so it's clear you're trying to maximize how much money you get out of me, and the pussy not even guaranteed. I might as well have 2 visits to a brothel and be satisfied. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. That's another reason why women don't push for actual legal in-person sex work, because a lot of their social power and a lot of industries would be put out of business when dudes can actually just go buy the pussy they want without risking going to prison.
Yeah,
that's why they advocate for sex work, but not that sex work.
D-Hive, I ain't never tricking on no pussy, man. I don't care what people say. It ain't tricking if you got it. It's still tricking.
Bro, if brothels become legal in the United States, I might never have a girlfriend again. I'm gonna tell you right now. I might, because it's just like, don't get me wrong, I don't struggle getting pussy.
You just need, that nice little white woman to come selling you down. That's
what silence. No, because like me just having to like not do the not like, because don't get me wrong, there are some women that I generally like hanging out with, but those women are very few and far in between. If I just need to get, some sex or whatever, and I'm not around anybody that I know.
When you really fuck with somebody, D-Hive, it's not just about the sex. I'm gonna keep it on 1,000%.
Right. I genuinely enjoy being around my fiance.
Yeah, same here.
I hope so. You get married.
Yeah.
We listen to the same shit. We talk about, getting reparations together, all that type of shit. That's different.
Yeah, you might have to find somebody that's not from this country, like I did, because maybe because it sounds like you're not into the feminist mindset, so maybe like find a girl from a country with a different mindset. I don't know, bro. Maybe a chick from the Middle East or some shit. Become a Muslim.
I mean, I'm not. No, it's all good. I'm not against that, but I'm currently in like my situation right now is cool, but I'm just talking about the past experiences that I've had and why things are so weird now. Why a lot of people seem unhappy, and the biggest thing is that a lot of regular women don't want regular dudes. Like I'll never forget this shit. I went on the worst date of my life like 6 to 8 months ago or some shit. This bitch, we're sitting down or whatever. She's telling me that no woman wants just a mad guy. This bitch has a child by a dude who stocked vending machines for a living and was like an ex-con or some shit. The only reason why she even lives in the place she lives at is because her father is some kind of real estate developer that owns the buildings, and she's a fucking uneducated massage therapist. Like, it was just the dumbest shit. And I'm like, bitch, who exactly are you getting? You have no one right now. And then during the entire date, all she was doing was talking about all these elite, super tall, genetically built, accomplished dudes that she had smashed or whatever. So that was annoying. But also, I'm like, the only thing they got in common is that they're not with you. They all know they can come through and fuck you, but they're not with you. They're not going to be in a relationship with you. They're not doing anything for you. So it's like, all you're telling me is that you get fucked a lot. That's it. Like, what about this would be appealing to anybody? And that's just like, bitches are just so confused, and like they just say wild shit and make it seem like that no one is supposed to act.
A lot of them confuse sexual attraction to like real, like that they actually want you, like they want to, because for a woman, their biggest accomplishment in life is to find a man that that's worth something to marry. You know what I mean? Because any woman can have a bunch of niggas want to fuck them. Like that's easy for them. That's like breathing.
Yeah,
man.
Because
I'm lucky because I found my chick when we're both in our early 20s. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
See, yeah, that's rare.
Yeah, y'all got to build up together. Like we kind of build up into the person that we want to be with. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it was perfect love and first sight, type shit. It was like something that we built together. We understood our roles. Nowadays, the women that's out here, they want a specific thing, and sometimes their goals be unrealistic. Like, how could you want a guy that's making a certain type of money, drive certain type of cars and all that, but the only
But
thing you have to offer is three other niggas' kids?
but
You know what I'm saying?
also
What
but
the fuck?
also sometimes they just be lying, dog. Sometimes they say shit that just sound good. Like college, like it didn't change me. It just confirmed everything I already knew to be real. Like I'll never forget this. This all happened in one day. Real quick story. This chick was I went to one of those like super liberal colleges. This chick was bitching up and down, talking about the white male patriarchy is evil and blah blah blah. Like I hate jocks and athletes and all those people. Right? This is the bit she's saying all this. Later on that same night, I'm going to a house party. I'm trying to look for the fucking bathroom to go piss because I've had a gang of like vodka and I'm trying not to die. So I'm trying to go to the bathroom. I open the wrong door. This is no bullshit. I cannot make this up. I see the same chick on her knees getting out with her face absolutely getting destroyed. Like I'm talking tears rolling down her eyes by this big ass tall white dude who was on the fucking lacrosse team. I'm talking like balls deep, balls like hitting her chin, like horrific. It was the most horrific thing I'd ever seen in my entire life. That single seminal moment confirmed everything I believe. Don't listen to these hoes. Watch what they do.
Nigga, that's
Don't
them
listen to them.
nigga, that's them secret bedwitches, nigga. I know a couple bitches like that too, and they do
Bro,
not like niggas like
And
me.
they be the most pro black motherfuckers on
It's
social media, but in
fake.
real life,
Fake.
yep.
It's fake,
it,
bro.
it, it was it was the most nutty. It was the most nutty shit I had ever seen in my entire life. I almost
Nah,
I
yo,
almost shitted on myself. Like I was like,
I,
what the fuck?
hey, D-Hive, I believe you, man. I know a chick just like that, man. And she got so pissed off because I called her out on it. I'm like, man, how the hell you gonna be on Facebook talking all this black power shit, all this bullshit? But you take bitch that fuck with one of them, non-black dudes just off some fucking clout shit because you feel like, oh, this person can provide a better lifestyle for you and all that. But I still hate what they come from. Like, get the fuck out of here. I don't like
But
that.
the thing is, I've seen that. I've seen that with every group. I've seen that with every group. I've seen that with white and like the event that I described to you. That's not the first time I saw that. I've seen that happen in different formations, like different sexual acts with white, Asian, Middle Eastern, Hispanic. They all do that, and it's not even about the races. It's not even about the races. It's just that they didn't do what they didn't actually live by the bullshit they were saying. That's what it is to me. It's just being disingenuous. You said one thing and you did another. You talked all this bullshit just to really not even live that life. Like and take the white man out of it. It's just about men in general. They talk all this bullshit about men, but still go chasing dick for what? Why don't y'all date each other? Date each other, right? Ain't men bad? Date each other. Oh well, no. Okay, well, shut the fuck up. That's what I got to say about it.
Man, D-Hive, all I can say about it is I just feel bad for y'all brothers in the dating world right now because that shit is nuts.
It's
I can
trash.
fuck
It's
with no
complete
chick
trash.
who got OnlyFans on the side and all that other shit. Like, hell nah. Like, what? And they talk about they want marriage at the end of the day. Nah.
It's it's horrible.
But let's get back on boxing because what y'all think about motherfucking Inoue Fulton one more time. Let's get back into that. This is his first Black American fight. And he's
This
fighting.
is this is his
You
first
think the style's gonna be
undefeated.
too much, bro?
This is his first undefeated opponent under the age of like fucking 40. Like damn Black American. Like this is like his first certified. This is his first undefeated opponent that's in his prime that's had championship credentials. That's undefeated.
Yeah.
Hey, respect to him. He says that he wants a challenge. I feel like if it was up to Bob Arum, this fight would not be happening.
I mean,
Hell no. Well, it depends what if they actually think they probably there. A lot of people are underestimating Fulton, which is a good thing. They better give him his credit when he wins.
I'm telling you, Fulton is going to be pound for pound number one on my pound for pound list. I don't care what nobody says. If Inoue gets to be pound for pound for the bullshit that for the opponents he's been fighting, Fulton definitely needs to be pound for pound for doing the same thing. Because of
saying though, the streets is saying the reason why they think Fulton's gonna have a tough time because he had a tough fight with Figueroa.
That's so stupid. Their styles are so different. Like,
But
let me give you an example. Obviously, Manny Pacquiao is a better fighter, at least accomplishments wise, than Maidana. But who was a harder fight for Floyd, Maidana or Pacquiao?
Definitely Madonna.
Exactly. So like styles make fights. Motherfuckers is like casuals when it comes to this boxing shit. Like pay attention.
But even if Fulton does struggle, so that doesn't mean that he loses. I mean, he's supposed to struggle a little bit,
Right.
isn't
Yeah. I
isn't
mean, this nigga allegedly is the best fighter in the world to some
right?
people.
Right? Isn't anyway supposed to be the ultimate badass? He's supposed to cause people issues. Like, yeah, it's expected that Fulton's going to struggle. So what? He could still win. I mean, what happens if Inoue struggles and or loses? What you gonna say then? Oh, what? He's too small. Get the fuck out of here. Inoue's bigger than everybody down there.
Honestly, man,
Fulton.
I don't like Fulton is not the type of fighter that I see making a mistake that's going to cost him in a fight. I just feel like this fight is going to be super easy for this man.
Fulton is one of the few fighters that can pretty much do everything in a boxing ring. The only thing he doesn't have is just like obviously crazy power. But like every skill that you need in boxing, Fulton has it. He can fight. He can fight you going back. He obviously can fight on the inside. He proved that against Figueroa, a much bigger man, by the way. He's got great defense. He's got a good jab. Bro can do it all. Good footwork. It's not too many holes in Fulton's game. He's definitely one of the best fighters skill-wise in the world.
Again, he just can't get caught into a gunfight. He just can't get drawn into a gunfight. If as long as he does everything except that, he's good. But that's where Inoue shines.
He won't do that. He won't do that. It's probably gonna look a little bit more like the way he fought against Danny Roman. Like the Figueroa, you kind of have no choice but to fight that nigga because he's just relentless.
Well, shit, he cleared Danny Roman cleaner than he did Figueroa. Danny Roman retired after that shit. He said, "Man, fuck that boxing shit."
Retired?
Yeah, Danny Roman retired after that fight. He said, "Man, fuck boxing, bro. I'm good." Like,
Yeah, Fulton with his ass.
Yeah,
he almost stopped his ass.
Yeah,
but,
he beat the shit out of him.
I should have went to that fucking fight. I wasn't feeling good that day.
He should have. It probably would have been cheap too.
Man. Fuck, but he threw that right hand. He was on that right hand all night. That's like that's how the fight would have knew.
He outboxed him for like the first half of the fight, and then the second half he just started walking him down, beating him up.
Fulton, one thing Fulton better be on, I know that he was hitting Roman with was that left hook. That's one thing that Inoue is consistently vulnerable towards. You need to be whipping that shit constantly.
Yep. But that's to me, that's one of the top 5 fights I wanted to see in all of boxing. Probably top 3, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Can't believe we did it. Like,
anyway, wait, what?
Do you want to watch that Tank versus Ryan?
Do I want to watch Tank versus Ryan?
I don't give a fuck about Tank.
Absolutely, I want to watch that. I'm still a boxing fan at the end of the day.
Over Fulton versus Inoue, do you think that's?
Oh hell no! Yeah, and I love Tank and Ryan. Well, it depends. If they got boots on that undercard and he's fighting like Ugas or some shit like that, nigga, I had to think about it.
Because people only want to see fucking Tank and Ryan because they know Tank gonna knock him the fuck out.
Party, man, I might call off work for that day. Do you know what type of like, no, I'm dead ass. Do you know what type of party I can have for Gervonta Davis versus fucking Ryan Garcia? Bro, I remember Ryan Garcia versus Tank versus Leo Santa Cruz, man. We had a big fucking house party for that shit. And when he knocked his ass out, nigga, everybody enjoyed that shit. For real.
Martin, that was during pandemic when we was all at the house anyway.
Yeah,
I thought he died.
Yeah,
I dead ass. I thought Leo Santa Cruz died. Like I couldn't. Like God, that's one of the best knockouts I've ever seen.
He knocked the shit out of it. That was crazy.
His dad was right there too. I know that shit was like that's tough.
He took 2 years off after that punch, didn't he?
We ain't never seen a nigga since. And I'm just kidding. Nah, yeah, he fought like once.
He took like 2 years off, and he's fought like once since. Yeah, he said, man, I don't know about this.
Yeah, that's true. Al Hammond takes care of his fighters.
Hell yeah.
Well, Al Heyman fed him to Tank Davis, motherfucker. That's the best opportunity Leo Santa Cruz ever got in his life. That's the most money he's ever made. He fought on pay-per-view.
And they act like Leo Santa Cruz hadn't been beaten by people with significantly less punching power before. Leo Santa Cruz already had losses.
Right. Like if I'm Rolly Romero, nigga, I might name my children Al Haym, like my child Al Heyman or some shit, because that nigga didn't deserve a Tank fight.
At all.
Like, let's be real. Like, so
Yeah, and the only reason why Gary Antoine Russell not getting a Puello fight is Gary Antoine apparently running around here turning down smoke, which is insane to me.
Yeah, I heard. Y'all know any information on that? Because I'm kind of new to that. I don't know.
it was he's not interested in fighting Puello or something.
Yeah, he turned down the title shot because he was next in line to get it. That's the only reason why Rolly's getting it.
Unbelievable. Why is he turning that down? He's saying because he's got some bigger smoke. What nigga? What's bigger smoke than getting a title?
I didn't hear he had
I
bigger
think
smoke.
that
I
he
just
wants
heard
to
that he
fight,
wasn't ready.
He wants to fight. What's his face?
He did get wobbled by, well, not wobbled, but he definitely got buzzed by that last nigga he fought.
Oh, Rancis Bartolome?
Yeah.
Well, Bartolome's talented. I mean,
They are moving him kind of fast. I would like, because he before that he fought Postal, and like what, he's like 15 fights in already. So like they're moving him fast. So maybe he feels like he needs to slow down.
His last performances though, because even though he's been winning by like what knockout stoppages, people feel like he be getting touched up a little bit too much.
Maybe that's what it is. He needs to like, you know.
well, he has been. I mean, he had a shoulder injury, then his father died, so things in the camp have been a little off. You know, got to give him some grace for that, but he'll be back straight. I mean, he hasn't lost yet.
Yeah.
You think he can beat Richard Hitchison?
Yeah.
Man, hell no.
Oh my God.
Hey,
well,
Hitchison.
You know what? You know what?
My
It'll be a
Lord.
tough fight, but Richard Hitchenson's a cold motherfucker, bro. Like,
He fight
if
like
y'all like Devin Haney, y'all should love Richard Hitchens.
I'm not saying I don't like Richards and Hitchens, but yeah, I've seen he been talking real greasy lately, and motherfuckers been bigging him up. But I'm like, again, this dude, his biggest fight was getting ready to be against Montana Love, who sucks, who's never been good. So why all of a sudden is this nigga supposed to be some kind of Terminator?
Notice Devin Haney didn't call him a bum or a trash ass fighter. All he said was that, well, he did call him a bum in terms of like money, but he would never disrespect his skills because he knows that motherfucking fight.
Devin Haney doesn't disrespect any people who can actually fight. He never disrespected Tank skills. He never disrespected Loma skills. He never disrespected Shakur skills. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. But his time, I'll beat your ass easy. Like, bro, first of all, you have plenty of smoke in your own division, so worry about that first. When Devin Haney comes up, then maybe talk some shit. Second
Devin
of all,
Haney and Rich Haney is a 50-50 fight.
hey, cool, good. That's perfectly fine.
That is a good fight. I feel like Devin on decision, but that would be a hell of a good fight.
Right, yeah, same here. But you know, again, like Hitchens has got plenty of people like, let's get some Matias smoke, huh? What's up with that, Hitchens? You want some Matias? He ain't talking to that motherfucker.
Take laps off in the final rounds against Buddy. Hell no, I would not advise that.
Like, you know that's not a realistic fight.
Why not?
Because for it to be a cross promotional type of shit, it has to be worth it for the promotions and the people.
Matias has fought on Top Rank and all kinds of random bum ass promotions. He will take his crazy black ass over to the zone, right where Richard Hitchens is, and give him an opportunity. I bet it.
I think Richardson will outbox Matias personally.
Sound good. I'd love to see it.
Matias doesn't really fight boxers. He fights niggas that really, you know, fit his style.
Everyone Matias has beat has been a better boxer than him. So, you know.
Yeah, but they're not Devin Haney or Richard Hitchens type.
That fight wouldn't be sweet for Devin Haney either.
No, it wouldn't.
Devin Haney has the same. I'm not out. Shit. Honestly, I might slightly favor Matias if Devin Haney's power don't come up some. But yeah, no. I mean, Richard is just talking all this good shit. Yeah, he had a good performance last time out against that fucking. Who the fuck did he fight? I don't know whoever the fuck he fought. He looked Bowser, Jonathan Bowser. Yeah, he looked real good against him. Whooped his ass for sure. Great, cool. But now all of a sudden he's like, oh, calling out Devin Haney. People are like, oh, Richard Hitchens whooped Devin Haney ass. Like, based off what? Where y'all always say this? Y'all always say this, and people always talk.
Haney, bro. I would just keep it 1,000. They don't like Devin Haney because anybody who said they're going to fight Devin Haney or say next to David Haney, they always say they can beat him. They can beat him.
But then when Devin Haney goes to 140 and fights Richard Hitchens, all they're gonna do is say that Devin Haney is bullshit and he needs to be fighting somebody else. That's all they're gonna do. They're gonna say, "Oh, he's ducking Gary Antoine Russell," or "Oh, he's ducking Richard Hedges. He's ducking this." Like goddamn. Like, I swear, like you do say Devin Haney loses to everyone until it's time to fight Devin Haney. Then y'all encourage those people to not fight him. It's like y'all gotta pick a lane and stick to it.
Yep.
Yeah, but I would love to see what's his name, Hitchens versus Tiafimo. Just make that. I mean, this man went over to the zone specifically to sign for a mega fight with Montana fucking Love. A dude who anyone who knows boxing knew was straight garbage. And that was about to be his massive, debut fight into superstardom. Like, come on. Come on. He left PBC to fight fucking Montana Love.
That's easy work for Rick Sanchez.
God. Like, bro, Montana Love has never been good. Like, he's always been horrible. That's why I find the shit funny that he left Showtime, didn't even try to stay on Showtime, and went to DAZN for that shit.
Yeah. And they used him as ammunition, saying, "Oh yeah, see all the fighters leaving PBC. Hitchison, look at him leaving." All that shit, man. That shit's crazy.
Well, Hitchens left Mayweather Promotions because they weren't giving him any fights. But he just took a deal with DAZN. He didn't even try to negotiate with Showtime or anything else. So but like I said, I mean, hey, Richard Hitchens is cool. He's good, but he hasn't.
He's good.
Yeah, he hasn't shown any like super duper. He hasn't shown any super duper separation between him and the rest of the division because there's lots of smoke.
Are you putting him in the Keyshawn Davis category?
That's kind of where the nigga is. Everyone says he's super cold.
Yeah, Keyshawn got power.
Oh Lord,
he do, motherfucking crack. And don't tell me because he didn't stop that last nigga, he don't got no power. That dude was just tough.
I'm not saying that he doesn't have power. I'm just saying y'all always talk about how these niggas are levels above, and they're not doing levels above shit. They're doing the same shit as the other people that y'all say are not levels above.
I mean, he's on our radar, and he's only got, 6-7 fights? Devin Haney wasn't on our radar with 6-7 fights, was he?
That's because Devin Haney didn't have top-ranked marketing. ESPN sells anybody to y'all. ESPN told y'all Lomachenko was pound for pound. Like, come on, dog.
But all I know is Bud and Shakur gave him that stamp of approval. So I know he you don't even gotta have their stamp of approval. Just watch the motherfucker fight. He's not gonna be a problem. You gonna see. You might not like the dude, but he cold.
And I'm sure the stamp of approval has nothing to do with their active and ongoing relationship with him. I'm confident.
No, that's not true because Shakur is friends with a lot of niggas. He not gonna put his reputation online and say, "Oh, he cold," and then the nigga's really trash. He gonna tell you the truth.
Okay, all right, sound good. I'm not saying Keyshawn is a bad fighter. All I'm saying, and I'm not saying that he doesn't have power. He does have power. All I'm saying is that the person that y'all are describing him to be, I don't believe he is now. When it comes to someone like Ashton Silve, he is the guy that I really believe y'all are convinced Keyshawn is.
His power is for real. I want to see what type of skills. Like, I want to see more of where his skill set goes, though. But there's no doubt, Sylvie, he's got like that Tank kind of power. Like, he can put your lights out at one shot.
Yeah, I don't know why he wasn't fighting on this recent Jake Paul card.
That's very true. He should. That'd have been good exposure for him.
Yeah, because he's Jake Paul's fighter. So I don't know what the fuck.
Maybe he's dealing with an injury. Who knows?
That's ESPN call probably.
Nah, they wouldn't.
ESPN. That was. Oh yeah, he is with Showtime, huh?
Ashton Silve?
Yeah, he's with Showtime because when he fought with Jake Paul. Last time he was on Showtime. This recent Jake Paul fight wasn't on Showtime. It was with ESPN.
Oh, well, yeah. Maybe
that's probably why.
I know. Top Rank wouldn't sign his ass. He's too much of a threat for everybody between 130 and 140. They would not do that.
Hey, but this month is Plant versus Benavidez.
That's true. End of the month.
Hell yeah! All that tough talk and all that shit's about to come to an end. I think Benavidez gonna stop his ass, man.
Yeah, me too.
Now that it's getting closer, that's the only way I see it now.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if Plant gets off a lucky shot and knocks him out, I'd be very, very surprised. That's the only way I actually see Plant being able to win. And the thing is too, even that left hook that stopped Darrell, I don't see that shit stopping Plant. Like
Yep.
even if Plant got off the same shot that he smoked Darrell with on David Benavidez chin clean, I don't see that stopping David. David too big.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Hey, but I gotta get up out of here. Let's go get me some dinner.
All right,
Oh
bro.
shit. Hold on. Shout out to my dude Alan. Dang, so yeah, we about to be up out of here, Alan. Man, you came in too late.
All right,
Yeah,
yo.
I'm out
Y'all
of
have
here
a
though.
good one. Thanks for having me on.